afternoon. You are live with us, the Black College Sports Network, here at the Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami Gardens for the kickoff of the 2025 season, the Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic between Florida A&M University and Howard University. I'm Brian Fulford. This is Ron Mitchell. We will be doing a live audio broadcast of this contest, and we are excited to be with you, and thank you for joining us here on the Black College Sports Network. I know there's a lot of options, a lot of ways that you can enjoy this game, so we appreciate you listening to the broadcast with us today. Ron, we've got the Florida A&M Rattlers. The Orange Blossom Classic is their event in the eyes of many.
That's right.
Including the Rattler Nation. Coming off a 7-5 season a year ago, second year under head coach James Colsey, the Rattlers have high aspirations. The Rattler Nation has high aspirations and hope for what this team can do. What are your keys for the Rattlers in game number one of what is sure to be an exciting season?
Let's be honest. Every year, the Florida A&M Rattlers always have the highest expectations for their ball team, but we just have to still play this first game out. And also, it's about minimizing the mistakes today. First game jitters, both sides. The Bisons didn't have a great year last year, so FAMU should have the upper hand, even though Howard's coming in with a grad student at quarterback. Doesn't say he played a lot of years, but we think today's game is going to be about, can you deal with the heat, minimize your turnovers, and just go through a little execution.
Mm-hmm. The Howard University Bison coming off a 4-8 season, just 2 years removed from a rematch against Florida A&M in the Celebration Bowl, where they were MEAC champions. One of the best seasons under head coach Larry Scott. This team, Coach Scott, still looking to have his first plus 500 win season as the head coach of the Bison. And this is a season where the expectations are high for Howard. I mean, in the MEAC, you play more non-conference games than conference games.
Right.
So these first 6-7 weeks of the regular season are all set up for that race of that 5-game race in the MEAC conference. So for Howard, coming off a 4-8 season, Ron, and you're on the road a long way from Washington, D.C., and who knows what kind of crowd they'll have. And you talked about the heat. What has to be the expectation for Coach Scott in the Bison?
I think, they might have to play a little go-go music today just to keep up. But one of the things I saw before the game, those guys were moving around, and they looked like a senior football team. Mm-hmm. But it's going to come down to, can you minimize some mistakes and you try to contain this FAMU offense? Mm-hmm. Because last year the Bisons were not that good, but then see if they can have a little cohesiveness and gel a little bit today and keep your composure.
Well, the Bison, they have quite a few players from the state of Florida, about a good 20 to 25 from what I was told via our good friend earlier in the week. So they got a few Florida boys on this squad. So a lot of guys are coming home. So I think that's where a lot of the optimism for Bison Nation comes from, the fact that they got some Florida guys on this team too.
Well, we always got to keep us in the mix. And you saw a lot of Bison fans at Fan Fest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was good to see that. I mean, from all the way from D.C., but you have a lot of local people in this area mm-hmm. and around the state. And this is a good way. You don't have to travel all the way to D.C. for this game, but come down and enjoy the festivities, because you have all the celebrities, the parties, the pomp pageantry that goes with this game. I think this should be a good matchup today.
Well, two of the premier HBCUs in the nation are going to be represented here. Back in 1933, when the first Orange Blossom Classic kicked off, these were the two teams that participated in it. So, and this is a great opportunity for these teams to sort of rekindle that mojo from all the way back in 1993. Hopefully we get a lot more points than what we got back in 1933. It was a 9-6 ball game.
And I noticed they played that game in Duval. Yeah, they played that game in Jacksonville.
They did.
And ever since then, hey, this has been a game FAMU is owned by coming down here, playing the best team at large within the Black College system. So we should be ready for another great matchup, and we're just waiting on kickoff.
Well, thank you for watching. When we come back from this break, we'll have the audio live version. Hopefully you're watching us on whether it be our Facebook, page, Black College Sports Network. You could also be watching us on YouTube, my JBN Online. Hello to everybody watching on Instagram and on Twitter. We appreciate you watching. Come on, join the feed. The chat rooms are open. Let's have some fun and enjoy this game together. When we come back, we'll have the audio broadcast of the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic between the Florida A&M Rattlers and the Howard University Bison.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
As technology continues to bring changes to the world of education, it's time we also reimagine teacher professional development. Gone are the days of one-size-fits-all learning that can only be accessed at a specific time and place. The Stride PD Center is an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that allow educators to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. The best professional development plans are those that include a level of flexibility and choice for educators. Whether you're a teacher, school, or district, visit us today to take charge of your learning.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in due fall.
You are listening live to the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic, live from the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. This matchup between the Howard University Bison and the Florida A&M University Rattlers. The Bison have entered the stadium in their silver helmets, white jerseys, in blue pants, and coming up shortly out of their tunnel, the Florida A&M Rattlers, today wearing the orange helmets, orange jerseys, and green pants. You know, Florida A&M has so many different unique color combinations. It's always interesting to hear people's opinion of which ones they like and dislike.
Well, you know, we're in a different age now of college football. You know, you just can't come out with that same old Green Bay Packer look. You need to mix it up. Kids want to see, you know, I like, you know, say if you go with the orange pants and a white top, or they go with the green pants and another, you know, go green on green. You have to have these variations because you have to make this enticing and entertaining for these kids when they show up on these IG feeds, because we're in that phase now where it's all about how you can look good and show off your uniforms in a little trail of smoke.
Look good, play good.
Play good,
somebody try to win by a large margin, I like to say. So the Rattlers have come on to the field. And this will be a busy stadium over the next 24 to 36 hours because tomorrow this stadium will play host to the University of Miami as they welcome the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, a matchup between two top 10 teams in the AP Division I FBS polls. This Orange Blossom Classic in the previous 4 years was played on Sunday, but due to the change in the times, it was changed to this Orange Blossom Classic was changed to Saturday. Well, we've got the meeting at the midfield by the captains for both teams.
We have a lot of honorary members out also, probably distinguished alumni.
We'll try to tell you who the captains are for
Willie Simmons. Here. Willie Simmons, he's one of the honorary captains.
Of course, Coach Willie Simmons, the head coach of Florida A&M University. He was 1-2 here in the Orange Blossom Classic. Of course, when he left Florida A&M, he left as the head coach of the defending HBCU national champions.
It's good you get to come back with an open door policy.
Well, when you leave with a win under your belt, people are always welcoming you back. Let's see if we can try to determine the coin toss here, as well.
Florida A&M has won the toss from the reading on the prompter, but we'll figure out which direction. Referee's about to give us the call if who's going to defer.
All right, so our captains for today's contest for Howard University, number 0, Keontae Mosley, a tight end. Number 1, Tyreek Starks, the quarterback. Number 11, Kedrick Green, a defensive back. And number 55, Tim Artis Jr., an offensive lineman. The captains for Florida A&M, number 0, Thad Franklin Jr., a running back. Number 15, James Gardner Jr., defensive lineman. Number 63, offensive lineman Ricky Taylor. And defensive lineman number 90, Cameron Donald.
They never really got around to see. Well, you see Florida A&M's quarterback is warming up. So I'm thinking they're going to go ahead and accept the ball.
The quarterback for the Florida A&M Rattlers is number 12, R.J. Johnson III. He is a 6'2", 210-pound redshirt sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia, a transfer from Toledo, and also played high school at Atlanta Westlake, where he began his playing career as a true freshman there in high school. The quarterback for Howard University will be number 1, Tyreek Starks, a 6'1", 210-pound.
He's a grad student. Yes.
And
got to applaud him for already graduating.
It's not easy to get into Howard. He is from Carroll City, Florida, right here, played at Florida Atlantic University. Well, it looks like the Rattlers will kick off. Now, based on our position, we are sort of in the corner. So as we say left to right, it is more so like up and down, but we'll say left to right. So, fam, you will be kicking left to right, and Howard will receive the ball. Back to receive for Howard, number 2, Anthony Reagan, the 5'9" sophomore, and number 24, Billy Roberson, the 5'10" redshirt freshman. kicking off for the Rattlers. Number 36, Daniel Porto, the 6-foot junior. So we are ready to kick off the 2025 season. FAMU and Howard.
Sit back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's enjoy a good football game today.
And the official has blown the whistle, and Porto is ready to kick off. And we are underway. That ball is heading towards Reagan. He'll receive it at about the 2-yard line. Reagan up the middle, cutting left, and he is hit by a host of Rattlers there. First on the hit appeared to be number 2.
I'm going to go ahead with Jordan Edwards, number 21. He also got a little head and shoulders in on that tackle.
Simeon Hines there on the tackle. Now, of course, obviously we have a couple different players with dual numbers. Starks comes out in a shotgun. 2 receivers to his left and right. The single back is Travis Kearney, the 6-foot sophomore. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 20-yard line. Inside handoff by Kearney. He'll pick up maybe about 2 or 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Antonio Kamen with the tackle.
FAMU's 4-man front. They're stacking in 2 linebackers in the middle with twin safeties over the top.
2nd down and 7, man in motion. Twins left, inside handoff again. Notes keep quarterback keeper, finds the tight end on the outer edge. That tight end is number 88 or 86, Nathaniel Clark.
And I'm going to say Jason Rouse got off his block, and he was able to run the defender out of bounds. So that was an excellent play from your right corner.
So Clark will go out of bounds on a 3-yard completion. It's 3rd down and 4 for the Bison. They come out in a 5-receiver set, empty backfield with Starks. Rattlers have a 4-man front. Kearney comes back. Kearney runs left, tries to shake a man, and he's going to be tackled for a loss. There on the tackle was number 13 for the Rattlers.
Bostic.
Justin Bostic.
Yes.
Defensive back comes up, and the Bison go 3 and out on their opening drive.
That was a great open field tackle.
Back to punt for Howard, number 40, Liam Allen IV. We saw the Allen family out in the parking lot earlier.
It was kind of easy to spot, but hey,
good
they
contingent.
came out in the Grove. Yes.
Number 1, Jalen Rogers, back to receive deep for Florida A&M, standing back on his own 35. Punt nearly blocked. It's going towards the right sideline. It actually goes out of bounds on the Howard side. And let's see, the official is going to spot it. Looking for the official mark. I thought I saw him. Let's see. They're going to spot that at about looks close to the 40-yard line.
Yes.
So on the FAMU side, on the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that was a Peter all the way. The FAMU receiving team really didn't have a shot at that because that ball was kicked out of bounds. So this is, you say, excellent field position. You're right about the 40, close to midfield. See how the Rattlers are going to open up this 2025 season.
12:51 remaining in the first quarter. Out comes R.J. Johnson III to lead FAMU's offense for the first time this season. Thad Franklin is to his left. Twin is to his left, single to his right. Inside handoff to Thad Franklin up the middle.
I was going to say number 8 for Howard. He just stuffed that whole play.
No gain on the play, so 2nd down. Well, they have marked 1 yard, so it's 2nd down and 9 again. Johnson in a shotgun. Franklin is a single back to his left. 3 receivers to the left of Johnson, single receiver to his right. Receivers in motion. So it's twins on either side. Johnson back to pass, goes towards the sideline, hits Jalen Rogers on the sideline at the 45 in the plus territory. And that'll be, looks like enough for a FAMU first down.
That was an excellent route the receiver ran. They kind of ran a little quick hitch, but the receiver was able to spring off of that and get open. So that was a good read by the quarterback, actually, to pick the right guy to throw that out route.
1st and 10, ball on the plus 48 in Bison territory. Twins to the right of Johnson. Single back is Franklin. Rogers is in motion. Inside handoff to Franklin. And that offensive line for the Rattlers moving forward, pushing close to the 40-yard line, just across the 45, so only a gain of maybe about 3 or 4. Looks like the spot is going to be about the 44-yard line. So 2nd down and 6.
I think it's a good read. You know, sometimes you want to go through your little playlist to try to see the read and reaction from the defense. But I think, fam, you should go ahead and test some of these corners that are doing press man.
2nd down and 6. Shotgun for Johnson. Stepping back over the middle, and that pass is behind Rogers. Bit of a slant route there by Rogers. Pass is incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
And I'm noticing Howard is rotating in like 3 new interior guys. I think the heat might be a factor. So you need to play within the bounds of what your team can handle at this point.
11:02 remaining in the first quarter. 3rd down and 6. 4 receivers set. Johnson back to pass. He's got Franklin underneath. He misses him, but he's going. Frank Johnson on the run. He slides. He got to the 40. Did he pick up the first down? But he had a man. He had Thad Franklin out of the backfield wide open, just wasn't able to see him. And he's going to come up short. He needed to get to about the 38-yard line. He slid down, and he'll be at the 40. But I think the offense is going to stay on the field. It's 4th down and 2, 10:32 remaining on the clock. Looks like the Rattlers are going to go for it here on 4th down. So the first 4th down opportunity, needing to pick up 2. Johnson in shotgun. Franklin is back to his left. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. We've got a whistle on the play. Flags on the field. Might be the delay of game as the play clock looks to be at 0. It is a delay of game against the offense, and that is going to force the Rattlers to change their plans, and they're going to punt the ball. So that's going to move them back to a 4th and 7 with 10:10 remaining, and they will punt the ball. If they could have gotten that one off, Ron, who knows?
Yeah, on that previous play, quarterback had a guy wide open, and when they went in motion, sometimes that motion can cause a lot of problems for the defense. And sure enough, they missed a home run ball. And this punter's been did really well in pregame. He should probably sink this inside the 10 and not kick it all the way into the end zone.
Bobby Exler with the punt. It bounces at the 4 and rolls into the end zone. So we're going to end up with a touchback. 9:39 remaining in the first quarter. We'll take a quick timeout and come back with more as our score is 0-0. 9:39 remaining in the first quarter. Live audio here of the Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. We'll be back in just a moment.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th for event and ticket information. Visit bandoftheyear.com.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Cover's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KeaversVoice.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in due fall.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in
Back to live action here at the Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Both teams have an offensive possession under their belt. Score is 0-0. 9:39 remaining in the first quarter as Howard will have the ball at the 20-yard line after the FAMU punt went into the end zone. Back at quarterback, Tariq Starks, second drive. Single back is Travis Kearney. Starks keeps it, finds a tight end in the flat across the 30. It'll be about a first down. He shakes off one tackle, and he's wrapped up by a host of Rattlers. But I think they'll give him enough for the first down, and that was 86, Nathaniel Clark. As the tight end came from the left side of the line, wide open on the right side. And
Starks had a nice little rollout. He was patient to let the tight end clear because FAMU's running like a 4-3.
It is enough for a first down. So the first down of the game for Howard. And the ball is spotted at the 30-yard line. This time Starks is under center. Kearney is the single back in the I formation. Quarterback keeper, Starks looking. He's wrapped up. He's sacked from behind. On the sack for FAMU, number 18, Antonio Kamen with the sack from behind. A 5-yard sack for loss.
That was excellent pressure they put coming right in his face. Also, they almost got a little turnover. That sack was ball side, and they were trying to almost dump a short route to that tight end again.
Kamen, the 6'3", redshirt sophomore, 245 from Tampa, Florida, transfer from Pitt. Third down, there's a receiver in the slot, and he is met by a host of Rattlers. So a quick pass out into the flat to the wide receiver there, number 8, CJ Neely, and it'll bring up a third down and 15 for Howard.
That was excellent ball pursuit that FAMU had. They had one guy to come up and miss a tackle, but you just want to contain him and keep him inside to minimize any big plays after this run after catch action.
7:27 remaining. Howard in the shotgun. Starks in the shotgun. He's got triplets to his left. He's on the right hash. Dropping back, it's a quarterback keeper across the 30. 35, hesitate to the 40. He needed to get to the 40. He's right on the marker. I think he's going to have enough for a first down. So about a 15-yard quarterback run, and Howard is going to go up-tempo and try not to let FAMU have an opportunity to decide whether they want to challenge it or not. And Florida A&M looks like they're going to take a timeout. So the Rattlers are taking a timeout. There's 7:03. And so it looks like based on the spot, it's 4th and 1. The ball is on the 39-yard line. So we'll step away for a short moment, come back and kind of analyze that play. And when we come back, 7:03 remaining in the first quarter, Howard facing a 4th and 1. We'll be back in just a minute.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KeaversVoice.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in Duval.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy, unmatched. The culture, undeniable. The vibes, straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
A 4th and 1. Starks lines up right under center with Eden James behind him, and he plows across the line. He'll have enough for a first down on the quarterback keeper. So Howard will keep their drive alive. They're going to go up-tempo now. Tyreek Starks in the shotgun. Eden James is single back. Twin stack left and right. And we've got a flag. Might have been some movement before the play. Might be against Howard. It will be false start on the Howard offense. Let's give some credit to the big guys up front for Howard. At left tackle, number 72, Ibrahim Giwa, 6'4" grad student. Left guard is 73, Xavier Ricks, a 6'3" grad student. At center, 55, Tim Artis Jr., a 6'4" redshirt junior. Right guard is 74, Sam Hill, a 6'4", 345 grad student. And the right tackle is Cesar Reyes, number 75, a 6'5", 310 grad student, a former FAMU Rattler. And there's James, and he is tackled in the backfield for loss. And first on that tackle appeared to be number 17, Jalik Thomas. The tight end for Howard, number 86, Nathaniel Clark. The wide receivers, 15, Zayden Jackson, 6, Braylon Smith, and 9, Andre Cooper. The running backs have been number 4, Travis Kearney, and Eden James, number 5, and, of course, the quarterback, number 1, Tariq Starks.
Always got to give a free safety some love when they come up and make a sack.
5:45 remaining, second down and 17. Starks drops back, goes over the middle, intercepted. Oh, no.
It was dropped.
It was intercepted, it looked like, but then in the collision with the tight end, Clark, the DB dropped the ball. Justin Bostic had his hands on it, but he ran right into Clark. So I don't know if you give a pass defense to the tight end for breaking that one up.
I'm going to say, hey, he came across because the free safety came up and got beat over the top. And that tight end was wide open.
Third down and 17, ball on the 34-yard line. Starks in the shotgun. Eden James to his left at the single back. Fake to James. Starks drops back. Pressure up the front. He rolls out of it. He's rolling left. Oh, he's got some room on the left sideline. And he'll get out of bounds right about the 40-yard line. That's almost the original line of scrimmage. And so great job by the FAMU defense to force Starks to get out of the pocket, but they did a great job of closing too.
Right. You got to set the edge and always turn that back up. That was a good run by Starks.
Coming up on 5 minutes here in the first quarter, Howard will punt from their own 40-yard line. Punting is Liam Allen IV. Back to receive for the Rattlers. Standing on the 20-yard line is Jalen Rogers. The punt by Allen is clean. Rogers will receive it at about the 20, right sideline. Makes one man miss, and he is upended by a Bison. And that'll be, looks like number 20, Ben Chandler, one of the defensive backs on special teams that made that play. So the Rattlers will have the ball. There is a flag on the field, though. It's on the opposite side, away from where the ball was. So that's always an interesting one to see who they call that one on. 4:42 remaining in the first quarter. Our score is 0-0 here. Got a beautiful afternoon here in Miami Gardens. You know, we never know sometimes in South Florida if you're going to get a bright sunny day or if you're going to get a little bit of rain. So we've got a holding call on number 23 of the receiving team. That's Deion Villers. He's called for holding. So we'll end up with a timeout
on the field.
And give us an opportunity to do a little bit of scoreboard watching, or at least a scoreboard reporting here. We'll first start over in the SIAC, where we have a few finals over in SIAC. Albany State traveled to Shaw in Raleigh, North Carolina, picked up a 51-7 win. So the Golden Rams, led by former Florida A&M University quarterback and Hall of Famer Quinn Gray, living up to the prognosticator's selection of Albany State as a favorite in the SIAC with a big win against the CIAA opponent. Kentucky State picks up a 34-24 win at home, in Detroit, Michigan, in a classic game. Kentucky State gets a win against an SIAC opponent. And then a very close ball game in Birmingham, Alabama. Clark Atlanta loses to Valdosta State 31-28. So a close game by Clark. Over in the SWAC, currently playing right now, you've got two games underway. You've got Jackson State hosting Hampton University with 3:49 remaining in the second quarter. Jackson State leading 14-7. Alabama A&M is taking the field against Arkansas with 10:03 remaining in the first quarter. They trail 7-0. Coming up a little bit later in the day at 5 o'clock Eastern, Mississippi Valley State will host Southern University. At 7 p.m., Grambling will host Langston University. And then a pair of nightcap games. Arkansas Pine Bluff will travel to Texas Tech at 7:30 p.m., 23rd ranked Texas Tech. And the Labor Day Classic. Ooh, what a matchup this should be in Houston. 8 p.m., Prairie View and Texas Southern. If you've been paying attention to the back and forth between the coaches, get your popcorn ready. Hopefully the players can live up to the tough talk by their coaches in this contest.
It's always a wonderful game. I had a chance to attend that a couple of times. They played it in that small, like the soccer stadium style.
Home of the Houston soccer professional sports team.
Right.
Over in the MEAC Conference, North Carolina Central, who already got a win in last week's MEAC SWAC Challenge, they will take on New Hampshire, hosting New Hampshire at home, 6 p.m. Eastern. That's on ESPN+. South Carolina State, the defending MEAC champs, open up against Wofford at 6 p.m. Eastern. And then Morgan State University travels south to South Alabama for a 7 p.m. contest there. And I'm sure there's also another matchup at night between the North Carolina A&T Aggies and Tennessee State. We'll give you some information on that as we go. So the Rattlers take the field. The ball is on their own 8-yard line. 4:42. R.J. Johnson, quarterback, in shotgun. Thad Franklin to his right. Inside handoff to Franklin. Goes right off the tackle and guard on the right side. He'll pick up maybe about 5 yards as he's across the 10, almost to about the 13-yard line, 12-yard line, they say. So it'll be second and set. Correction, that was Bo Somerset coming in.
And one of the things, they are faced with the glare of the sun coming in at their face. So you see that might add a degree of difficulty trying to pass the ball up the field.
In a pistol formation, RJ rolling left. He's on the move across the 15, almost to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a first down for Johnson. So RJ3 gets the first down on the run. On the quarterback keeper there. Ball will be out to the 20-yard line.
That was a good read by him to keep that ball instead of trying to force it up the field.
First and 10 for the Rattlers. Johnson in the shotgun. Franklin is to his left. Inside handoff, and he is met right at the line of scrimmage as the Bison front line overpowered the Rattler offense there on that one. No gain on the play.
Yeah, this Howard defensive front has a little size, and they're moving well.
So another change in the running back position for Florida A&M as Jamal Haley, number 28, comes in. He is the back to the left of Johnson. Johnson finds Haley in the flat across the 25 to the 30. And that'll be a first down for Haley. A nice play call there by offensive coordinator Henry Burris.
I mean, that was a one-man screen, really, with the back and the tackle drifting out in the flat. It's like throwing a changeup every once in a while. Keep them off balance.
First and 10. Ball spotted on the 34-yard line. 2:20 to play. Rattlers on the hash mark in the shade closest to their bench. Now Johnson is under center. It looks like it is Franklin again in the eye. Hand off to Franklin, left side. Plows through a couple of Bison across the 40 down to the 42-yard line. On the tackle for Howard was Keontae Mosley, number 0 on the tackle for Howard. Mosley, who's in our numerical roster, listed as a tight end, but I guess he plays a little defensive end as well. 8-yard run on the 8-yard play on the run there by Franklin. It's second down and 2. Ball is on the 42-yard line. Now Bo Somerset is in at back. So Rattlers rotating their backs here on this drive. Johnson in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion from left to right. Dropping back to pass. Pump fakes. He held it, and he is sacked. Well, whatever he thought he saw, he decided to hold on to it, and he is sacked by number 4, Noah Miles, the 6'3" senior.
Yeah, that whole front collapsed in.
Yeah, I thought he looked like he wanted to throw something deep, but he decided to hold on to it. So it's a loss of 6, and now it's 3rd down and 8. Ball moves back to the 36-yard line, coming up on 45 seconds to play in the first quarter. Johnson in the shotgun, Somerset to his left, single receiver to his left. Johnson steps to his side, steps. Oh, and let's see if they throw a flag, because the receiver was definitely hit before the ball, but they're just going to chalk it up as an incomplete play. And so the Rattler offense will stall out at the 36-yard line.
I'm going to give a little credit to the defensive back, number 14. He was actually making a play breaking on the ball.
So the Rattlers will punt. 34 seconds remaining in the quarter. Back to receive for Howard is number 3, Antonio Hunter. And punting is Bobby Ingsler. Ingsler, soccer kicks it to his right. Ball bounces at about the 27. Received at about the 22. And he's got some room up the left side. Up the sideline is Hunter. And he goes out of bounds almost near midfield, almost a gain of about 20-something yards, almost 30 yards by Hunter.
Now, we watched in pregame, the punter from FAMU was booming almost 40, 50-yard kicks with no problem, because the balls were getting up, turning over. That ball didn't have much hang time, so the receiver was able to get it and really make a play and beat the defense coming up the field in pursuit.
Ball spotted on the Howard 47-yard line. 20 seconds remain in the first quarter. So 1st and 10 for the Bison. Tyreek Starks comes back out. He's in a shotgun formation. To his right, there's a single back, Travis Kearney. Inside handoff to Kearney, and comes up just shy of midfield. So it'll be about 2 yards on the run. And with only about 5 seconds remaining in the quarter, I think that will be the last play. And so it'll be a short switch for both teams. And the first quarter comes to an end. Our score is 0-0 here at the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic between the Rattlers of Florida A&M University and the Bison of Howard. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter in a few moments.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in due fall.
This is Ryan Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th for event.
You are listening live to coverage of the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Howard University ball, second down and 8 as they switch sides. Howard moving left to right. Bison quarterback and pass by Starks to Zayden Jackson. And he is hit there by number 9.
That was an excellent close by the cornerback coming up.
Brandon Calloway there on the tackle. Did a great job. So it brings up third down and 3. The ball is spotted across half midfield there in FAMU territory at the 46-yard line.
Starks has been picking up a lot of these plays.
In shotgun, Starks back to pass. Finds his back coming out of the backfield. Kearney up the sideline, so a first down for Howard. Kearney comes out of the backfield unchecked, picks up about 10.
One of the things you got to look at, Starks is a grad student playing, so you expect a little more composure out of him.
12-yard completion, ball at the 32-yard line. Trips to the right of Starks. Single back is Kearney. Here's pressure. Starks avoids a rush. Rolling to his right, throws out into the flat in the midfield, finds, and look at that. He finds Kearney. So Kearney, who was on his left, finds his way across the field and a completion down to the 16-yard line. And Howard trying to go tempo. Again, in shotgun, inside handoff to Kearney. Nope, it's a keeper by Starks. And he is tackled on the right side, just off right tackle. Tackled by number 4, Brian Norris. So about a 4-yard pickup.
Starks is pretty much engineering this drive really well. We had a Rattler to come up, put a little pressure in his face, and he stepped up and avoided the possible sack and made a great play to Kearney.
2nd and 6, ball on the 12-yard line. Single back, Starks keeps. Running left, going towards the sideline. Woo, he is hit. And his helmet came off. And did you catch the number on that truck that Starks ran into?
I think that was the bright line that hit him.
Might have been number 10, Corey Collier Jr. As we watch it on replay.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get down on the ground because number 4 came up and locked him up.
on the play. Correction, that's number 21, TJ Huggins.
Yeah.
All-American defensive preseason selection. So it's 3rd down and 5, ball on the 11. The Bison are in the red zone for the first time today, and they're going to call a timeout. So we had a change in the quarterback because the helmet came off. Number 7, Jashawn Scroggins, had come into the ball game.
They still have to run that play with him out.
Well, not if there's a timeout here. I thought
here's a timeout, so I guess he gets to come back in.
Yeah, I think you can come back after a timeout. So we'll see what happens here. Of course, Scroggins was the starter for much of last season for Howard. Let's step away for a short moment, and we'll see what the decision is for Howard. 12:04 remaining in the second quarter. The Bison driving towards the end zone. We'll be back in just a moment.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant-quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
It's like a loop machine. Going around town, people trying to get down.
Vanilla smoked sea salt seasoning is for seafood. The tarragon and fennel bring out the natural sweetness in seafood. I also use it in rice dishes, on yams, asparagus, blueberry pancakes, and believe it or not, chocolate chip cookies. Vanilla smoked sea salt adds a salty and savory component to sweet dishes that create a symphony for the tongue.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in Duval.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
Back in the ball game. So after that timeout, Howard is able to bring their quarterback back. So we have 3rd down and 5, ball on 11. Starks rolling to his right, looking. He finds a man in the flat at about the 5-yard line, down at the 4, and that was number 8, CJ Neely, and that'll be enough for a first down. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Bison inside the 5-yard line. First real opportunity for either team to put some points on the board. And so Starks will bring him out of the huddle. And off left tackle is number 24, Billy Roberson, the second.
I was looking for Starks really to try to keep this ball. He's been doing such a good job the way he's maneuvering the defense. You know, go ahead and pull it and do a little RPO.
No gain on the play. So it's 2nd down and 4. Back in a shotgun. Travis Kearney to his left. Inside handoff to Kearney. He may have picked up a yard. He's definitely across the 3 to close to the 2-yard line. As that Howard offensive line tried to power their way towards the end zone. 3rd and goal on the 2. Howard quickly back up. Back in a no huddle here in shotgun. Quarterback keeper rolling to his right. He's got a man across the back of the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
He's been doing it. Starks again with a quick RPO read, and he just pulled it back, caught the free man coming in the back of the end zone.
CJ Neely, the freshman, with the 2-yard touchdown reception. A beautiful play call there for Howard, and Howard put 6 on the board first on kick the extra point. Matt Concord. Liam Allen, the holder. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. And so with 10:31 remaining in the second quarter, the Howard Bison strike first with a 7-0 lead over the Rattlers of Florida A&M University. We'll step away for a short moment. You're watching the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic right here on the Black College Sports Network. We'll be back in a moment.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KEAVERSVOICE.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in Duval.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We
10:31 remaining here in the second quarter. The Howard Bisons with a 7-0 lead over Florida A&M. The last drive by Howard was a 10-play, 53-yard drive. Took up 4 minutes and 49 seconds as Tyreek Starks passed to C.J. Neely from 2 yards out. The PAT by Matt Concord was good. And so Starks on the day, he's 8 of 9 passing, just 59 yards, but the one touchdown, 89. I think the efficiency is what's most telling. And he has 6 attempts for 19 yards. And I think FAMU will look to see what R.J. Johnson can do here and see if he can get the offense going. Kicking off for Howard is Concord. Back to receive for FAMU is number 7, Kanari Wilcher. He's standing just on the goal line, a yard in front of it, but he's got 2 backs in front of him. It'll be Wilcher at about the 8, going right. Up the right sideline, across the 35, out of bounds at the 35. A nice run there by number 7, Kanari Wilcher. Wilcher, the redshirt junior from Clewiston, Florida, transfer from Illinois. So this will be a big drive here for R.J. Johnson. as the ball is spotted just across the 40-yard line at about the 41-yard line. So a great return by Wilcher puts the Rattlers in some great field position.
He's out of that Ocala area.
Bo Somerset is the single back to the right of Johnson in the shotgun. And the whistles, the officials, stop the play. Not sure what the call is. Maybe a play clock. I noticed the. Okay. Yeah, I thought he came out somewhere at about the 35. They spotted him at the 41. They're going to check the replay for the spot placement here. Here's a review here of this play. As we await for the officials, Ron, what's your evaluation or what's your thoughts on what you've seen from the Florida A&M offense at this stage of the contest?
I still think they're trying to get into a good rhythm and try to get some consecutive first downs. Howard's defense is applying a lot of pressure. And, you know, you got to figure out if they want to get a running game going or work some short passes and kind of move your routes around. I thought they were going to go through, you know, if you go through your little playlist, you try to figure out the X's and O's, how guys are moving, how they're reading and reacting to some of your play set formations, but they're still trying to gather their feet. You know, this is the first game, and Howard's putting up a good fight so far.
Well, the interesting dynamic in the quarterback position, you've got R.J. Johnson, who highly regarded and well thought of coming out of high school, played or spent 2 seasons at Toledo University. Unfortunately, he played behind other quarterbacks, never really got on the field or had any significant snaps. And so this is his first true college experience. I mean, highly decorated out of high school. And on the other side, Tyreek Starks, you mentioned a grad student. The experience has shown in the first quarter so far. All right, here we go. Back to play. They move the ball back to the 34-yard line. Johnson in the shotgun. Somerset to his right. Hand off to Somerset, going left. And he is tackled on the play by
Jones. Number 44 came up. He's also a grad student, but the running game is a little non-existent right now for FAM.
Only a 1-yard run on that play. You know, one of the things that we learned about Howard, you know, in the transfer portal world, for Howard University to amass transfers, most of those students have to be grad students. Howard does not take very many, if any, undergrad transfers. Just the nature of the beast going to Howard. And Johnson's pass was low as it was intended for number 87, Armand Burris. So we had Burris on the slant, but that pass was low. And so now we're faced with a 3rd and 9, ball on the 35.
Johnson didn't really set his feet. He was throwing that really off his back foot. And that's why that ball came up a little short. Instead of being in the target zone, hitting the guy mid-level in the numbers.
Pass broken up by number 20, Ben Chandler. So here we go, 3rd and 9, 9:50 to play in the second quarter. Bo Somerset the single back to the right of Johnson. Johnson dropping back the pass. They go screen to Somerset, and he is brought down at about the 36, 37-yard line. Not much of a gain, maybe 1 or 2 yards. It's 4th down. Yeah, only 1 yard on the play. So the screen gets blown up there as on the tackle for Howard was number 3, Judah McJimsey.
Howard did a wonderful job. Once they had the recognition that the line would slide, they stopped with the pursuit when you see the quarterback backing up, and you go lateral down the line. And it always turns out in for a good defensive play.
Bobby Ingsler on the punt. Interesting formation here that they use. Ingsler to his right. And that ball bounces at the 25 and takes a rattler roll towards the 5, inside the 5 to the 4. maybe down at the 3. So about a 20-yard bounce and roll there for Bobby Ensler as the deep man, number 3, Antonio Hunter, just got out of the way. We'll take a timeout. 8:51 remaining in the second quarter. Howard with a 7-0 lead over Florida A&M. You're listening to the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic right here on the Black College Sports Network.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in Duval.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock
Lab, where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app. As we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
Back to live action here at Hard Rock Stadium as the Marching 100 and the Showtime Band both putting on an exhibition in the stands for the crowd here. So Howard will start 1st and 10 on their own 3-yard line. Inside handoff to Eden James as he is met right at about the 5-yard line there by number 78, Myron Ward.
And I think Howard was just trying to play it straight, get a little room because they were backed up on the goal line. And this is like critical that they do not make any errors because FAMU needs a break.
Ball moved out to the 5-yard line, 2nd down and 8. Starks in the shotgun. James to his right. James, he gets across the 5 to maybe the 6 or 7 as he's tackled by a pair of Rattlers there.
Again, that was a easy kind of little handoff. Now you be in a passing situation. Let's see what type of pass that they're going to come up with because this is FAMU's due for a great defensive play with Howard being backed up so far.
This is the opportunity for the field position from off that punt to play out here. 3rd down, low snap. There's a deep shot by Starks, overthrew his man. Not sure if it was intended. He had 2 receivers out there, Braylon Smith, as well as number 15, Zayden Jackson. And he threw it between the 2 of them. So 4th and 7, they will punt from their 6-yard line. 7:31 remaining here. So this is a great opportunity. This could be the best opportunity the Rattlers have had to get into the red zone as standing back at midfield is Jalen Rogers. Back to punt. just about a yard or two from the back of the end zone, is number 40, Liam Allen. It's got to be a good snap here. The play clock did hit 0, but they gets the punt off. It bounces at about the 38. Ooh, Rogers almost went and touched it, and Howard downs it at midfield.
I'm going to say,
and Howard is signaling as if they believe Rogers touched it. I don't know if this is going to spark a review or not. Yeah, I think the Howard sideline is imploring for a review, but the officials are saying it is FAMU ball. So the ball is spotted actually on the 49-yard line on the FAMU side. 7:20 to play. FAMU ball on their own 49. R.J. Johnson brings the offense back out. The Rattlers looking to do something positive here. Shotgun formation. Thad Franklin, the single back. Inside handoff to Rogers on a sweep. Around the outside, midfield, 50. And across into Howard territory to about the 47-yard line. So they go wide receiver sweep. So Rogers going from the left to the right side of the offensive line. And he'll get into Howard territory. It'll be 2nd down and 6, about 4 yards on that play.
FAMU still not engaged in the real part of a passing game, something that is much needed to keep a little better balance.
Johnson in the shotgun. Thad Franklin to his right. Snap. Johnson. That ball is deflected and ends up landing in a spot in between a pair of Bison DBs. That ball was deflected by number 44, J. Brandon Jones.
Hey, the ends came in hot. He recognized the pressure coming from the outside on both sides. So he got it. He got rid of it. But he better be glad that ball wasn't picked off, because that was a possible pick 6 for a linebacker.
Yes, it was. Could have been.
It would have been a la Derrick Brooks.
So 3rd down and 6 here. FAMU needing a 1st down to keep this drive going. Hold on to this momentum. Johnson in the shotgun. Franklin to his right. Dropping back. Jones looking. Goes to the right sideline. And what a catch in between double coverage. Oh, and they're going to say it was knocked out incomplete. That pass intended for number 6. Number 6, Miles Campbell, the tight end. But Johnson threw that and put it into a tight spot where there was double coverage. Look, Johnson came down with it, but give some credit to the defensive back, number 1, Zuri Watson, for breaking that pass up.
Hey, he took a nice hit after he released that ball. So we got to see how he's going to.
Back to punt for FAMU, number 38, Bobby Ingsler. Standing back on his 10-yard line is number 1, Zuri Watson. There's the punt. Punt is off. It'll go towards the left sideline. Bounces at about the 15 and goes out of bounds near the 10-yard line. Let's see. Yeah, looks like it's pretty much to the 10. No, they're going to say it's about the 12-yard line. So still not bad field position for FAMU. They just got to be able to turn something over here and then take advantage of this. Now Howard will start this drive, Ron, on their 12. A little bit different than when they started the last drive on the 3.
Right. They were a little conservative. They didn't have much input as far as trying to get into running an RPO or throwing the ball down the field.
So they come back. Howard comes back out in a shotgun. Tyreek Starks in that shotgun to his left. Single back Travis Kearney. Triples to his left. Pack the pass is Starks. Looking. Pressure coming from his backside. And he tried to hit a receiver towards the right sideline, intended for Braylon Smith. Smith couldn't hold on to it and goes out of bounds.
That ball, he was on the run. He threw the ball a little behind the receiver, who was kind of hugging the sideline.
2nd and 10, ball on the 12. There was some backside pressure coming from the FAMU defense. So this time, Kearney will position himself to the right of Starks. Kearney running left side, and he is tackled. First on the play was number 16, Taquan Lattimore.
I'm going to say Big Gardner, also a grad student for FAMU, in on that play.
3rd down and 8 now. Ball is spotted on the 14-yard line. FAMU defense looking to force their second 3 and out here. It's Starks again in the shotgun. Kearney's the single back. A low snap. Kearney looking, and pressure coming up the middle. Going outside, running, trying to pick up a block. Short of the first down, as they're going to mark him out just shy of the 20, maybe about the 19, 18-yard line, as Starks did a great job of getting outside. Yeah, actually they're going to spot him out of bounds at the 17-yard line. They say 18, so
he probably needed one of the old school tearaway jerseys back then, but he couldn't
going.
really turn his shoulders and set his feet and throw, rolling out to his left like that.
So FAMU's defense forces another 3 and out. On the punt here is Liam Allen. Back to receive Jalen Rogers, standing on his own 45-yard line. The punt is out to Rogers, moving to his right. And again, it goes out of bounds. So Howard's special teams doing a great job of ball placement and making sure that ball is not fielded anywhere where a Rattler special teams, in particular, Jalen Rogers, can receive it and return it. I think they're quite aware of the dangerous Jalen Rogers back there.
Right. I think he needs to do a better job of calling off his defenders in this pursuit when the ball is coming down the field, because that was another chance a ball could have hit someone from behind. So he has to do a Peter and everyone bail away from it, because you don't want to give up field position again to Howard at this point.
4:38 remaining in the half. R.J. Johnson brings the Rattler offense out. He's in shotgun, triples to his left. Single back is Franklin. Man in motion now is Rogers, and he swings back going from right to left. Franklin up the middle and trying to power his way forward. He may have picked up 5 yards just on brute strength. Close to midfield. It looks to be a gain of 4. That Franklin is a big guy.
For a first down on a drive like this, that should have been a pass play.
So 2nd down and 7, ball spotted at the 49. FAMU on the right side, right hash. Twins to the right. Shotgun formation. Franklin, man in motion. And into the flat to number 24, up to the 40, across the 40 to the 35. And on that reception was number 24, Andrew Ritter, the tight end, who many Rattlers during the spring game were quite familiar with Ritter. So Ritter getting his first action. He picks up a first down, a nice play there. .330 remaining in the second quarter. 1st and 10, ball on the 34, Howard territory. Johnson back to pass out of the shotgun. And that pass is complete there to the other tight end, number 6, Miles Campbell. Out to the 22-yard line. That's a Rattler first down. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining. 3:02, 3:01, 3 minutes remaining in the half. Rattlers driving just outside of the red zone. 1st and 10 on the 22. Johnson in shotgun. Franklin, the single back. Inside handoff to Franklin. And he is met right at the 20 there by number 10, number 10 is Michael Grandy for Howard. So only a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, that was Franklin. That was a quick read that he just did that little handoff. And I was going to say Thorne for the Bisons had to come up and make a play on the big tight end.
2:23, 2:22 remaining in the half. Rattlers are right on the edge of the red zone. A blitz up the middle. He's got a man out in the flat, and it's bobbled out of bounds. Oh, the intended target was Franklin out of the backfield. Franklin had actually snuck out of the backfield.
He had too much of a touch.
Too much air on it.
Too much air. He knew the guy
There was
wide
pressure
open.
up the middle. There was some
Yes.
pressure by Howard, pressure by number 5, Jaquavian Smith. And that little bit of pressure up the middle might have thrown off Johnson.
Yeah, he was throwing off his back foot. Couldn't put much on it, and he left it up a little bit.
3rd and 8, 2:13 remaining here. 3rd and 8, balls on the 20-yard line. Looks like we've got a timeout call. So, again, the Rattlers will call a timeout. I think Coach Colsey will want to make sure they get a good play here because they definitely are in field goal range. But, man, they could possibly put 6 on the board here based on the outcome here.
This is definitely a possession that they need to score, even close out, come away with the field goal to make amends on, I'm going to say, not the best half of football that they've been able to play.
How much of the action obviously, in college you don't get a chance to play a preseason game. You've been hitting your teammates for the last 4 weeks. How much of this is just the jitters of, maybe jitters is the wrong word, but just the newness of the first game of the season? And
well, one thing about it, when you still play against your team, you're not out there trying to hit them the hardest.
Here we go, back to live action. 2:13 remaining here. 12 seconds on the play clock. Johnson in shotgun. Franklin single back to his left. They pick up the blitz up the middle. Johnson, he's hit from behind. And his intended target was number 7, Kenari Wilcher.
And he had a lot of pressure right there in his face.
The Howard pressure up the middle. Even though the blitz was picked up by Franklin, the pressure on the outside is what disrupted it. Actually, it was in his face on the right side. So 4th and 8. The ball spotted at the 27. This will be a 37-yard field goal attempt with 2:07 to play. By Daniel Porto. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. So the Rattlers have their first points of the 2025 season off the foot of Daniel Porto. And our score is 7-3 with 2:03 remaining in the first half. Well, Ron, you didn't come up with a touchdown, even though you're on the edge of the red zone, but you got points.
I think this was still a good takeaway, to get some points on the board. We're 7-3 at this point of the game. And then you look at, they had opportunities for home run balls that got away from them. And it's just, the applied pressure, hats off to the Bisons. They're still coming to play. And they're being aggressive. But I still say FAMU's going to have to incorporate more of a passing game to try to stay in this game.
And they have had opportunities. And so that's the one, I guess, if they can take advantage of the opportunities that they have had in the second half, that'll be the advantage for FAMU.
I'm still a little perplexed on this punt game that FAMU's with these formations.
You were a former punter. Maybe you can explain.
I don't know why you have 3 guys back.
Well, back to receive for Howard. Back to receive for Howard, number 24, Billy Roberson, and number 2, Anthony Reagan. Porto kicking off, and he'll drive the ball right to the edge of the goal line. Bringing it out is Reagan. Reagan up the middle to the right, and he is hit.
Oh,
just inside the 20, tackle made by number 9, Brandon Callaway.
Callaway made an excellent play, and then you got to question Why did he run that ball out?
Exactly, because he hit him right at about the 8-yard line. So, well, no, they're going to move it out to looks like the 15-yard line. Correction, I'm looking at where the official's going to bring the ball here. So it looks like the 16, 1st and 10, ball on the 16-yard line. So Howard now, this is the 3rd consecutive drive that Howard has started inside of their 20. Let's step away for a moment, Ron. I'll have you talk about that in 2 minutes with 1:59 remaining in the first half. You're listening to the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic right here on the Black College Sports Network.
The shotgun, 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Takes the snap, play action fake. Looking deep, rolling out to his left. He's going to heave it down the field. He's got a wide open receiver. It's touchdown. Caught, and it's going to be a touchdown for Virginia State. A 58-yard touchdown.
Kevin Gales.
Yeah, Kevin Gales, the redshirt junior from Richmond, a transfer from Norfolk State, who Virginia State has to play next. Just got behind everybody, and he walked into the end zone for a touchdown. No Allen Winstead tonight. He'll tell you why. Matthews claps his hands, takes the snap, hands it to Rose. Did he break the plane to the goal line? He's down at the 1. No signal yet. Virginia State's, yes, touchdown. Rose, a right side carry, and just like BP said, right into the A gap right side, and he stretched the ball across the plane, and touchdown, Virginia State. Lined up. Matthews takes the snap, looking left, scanning, looking to the right, running out of time, rolling to the right, now rolling back to the left, fires into the back of the end zone, and it is caught for the touchdown. Beautiful play to just stand up and make himself big in the back of the end zone. That's the backup running back, Rajon Hammond.
Great job by Rashawn Matthews not to let the play die, to keep moving his feet, looking downfield.
Owls and Jackson in motion, clap his hands and take the snap. Looking left, firing left, open man, it's underthrown and intercepted. Picked off by Virginia State's Donovan Howard, a free safety, redshirt junior from Danville, Virginia. And Al came all the way across the field to the left side, and the throw was late, had too much air under it, and Donovan came right over and snatched it out of the hands of the receiver. Running back off the right hip. It's a handoff up the middle. Touchdown. Virginia State. Brandon Rose pile drives his way into the end zone.
Rose is having a good game. He's really hitting the hole hard.
And then knocking on the door again. Matthews, shotgun snap. Hands it off to Hammond. Stands up, barely touched, waltzes his way into the end zone. Touchdown Trojans. And it's now 34-0 Virginia State.
Yeah, this is
kind of your worst fear has happened type game for the Bulldogs so far.
Yeah.
Coming out of the 2-minute timeout, 1:59 to play. Howard, 1st and 10, ball on the 16, 1:59 to play. Quarterback Tyreek Starks in the shotgun, inside handoff to Eden James, bumping out to the right side, goes out of bounds. Knocks over a security guard out there. Ball will be spotted at the 19-yard line. 1:53 to play. Starks back in the shotgun. 2nd down and 7. And flags are on the play. Might be a false start here.
I'm going to say we got to credit both teams. We have not had a lot of laundry on the field today.
Correct. It's been a pretty clean first half.
They played a clean game. And you would kind of expect a lot of little miscues.
So a 5-yard penalty. 2nd down and 12. Ball on the 19-yard line. 1:53 to play. Correction. Ball on the 14-yard line. Starks in the shotgun by himself. Drops back to pass. Has plenty of time. Rolls to his right towards the sideline. He throws it out of bounds. Just gets rid of it. 1:47 left to play. And the Rattlers have once again pushed Howard to a 3rd down deep in their own territory as the ball is on the 14. FAMU will get the ball to start the second half. So this is a big defensive play here. If they can get Howard off the field, they give themselves an opportunity to maybe get a little bit closer and take the lead. Starks back to pass by himself. Pressure, passes left, completed pass at the 30-yard line. Pass caught to C.J. Neely, and that's enough for a Bison first down.
That's one of the first passes they've really completed in this last 3 or 4 possessions. They started back inside their own 20.
Starks had plenty of time in the backfield. No pressure. A low snap. Picks it up. Pressure up the middle. Throws to James out in the flat. He is tackled out of bounds at the 31-yard line. 1:28 to play. Missed opportunity there by FAMU, but a great job by Howard. 2nd down and 9, only 1 yard gain. So it's ball on the 31-yard line, 1:28 to play.
You kind of focus on your run game now, 1:20. If you're not going to throw it down the field, it's about clock management.
Howard has 2 timeouts left, so it'll be interesting to see. Another low snap. Fumbled around. He picks it up. Starks. He is tackled for a loss in the backfield by number 18 on the play. Number 18 for FAMU is none other than Antonio Kamen.
Those 3 guys had excellent pressure coming up. All of them got off their blocks, and they're keeping the Bison quarterback in the pocket. You know, he did a great job early on in this game getting outside of the pressure, but he's taking a couple good hits, so I think he might be a little gunshot.
So Florida A&M takes a timeout, their 3rd and final timeout with 1:21 to play. It'll be 3rd and 9 here. And so Howard, you know, and again, Ron, what I've noticed is Howard has had 2 or 3 consecutive low snaps out of the shotgun. And so they've got to get that part cleaned up.
We got to give FAMU a lot of credit because they're adding a little extra pressure that's forcing some of these little miscues offensively.
1:21 to play in the half. 3rd down and 25. Ball on the 25. Starks drop back to pass. Pressure coming, and he just throws it out of bounds. Is that going to be intentional? Because he had 2 Rattlers on his heels.
They're starting to get to him now. I think it's starting to add up.
Well,
couple of these little hits, and they're getting down on his legs at that. And he has been running and throwing. And anytime you can, you know, stop a mobile quarterback and you kill his legs and you start mounting up on him, he's starting to show the effects of taking a lot of hits.
On the pressure was number 1, Latari Kinsler. And so here's the punt with 1:15 to play. Jalen Rogers standing back on his own 35-yard line. The punt. This is coming right to Rogers at about the 40. He fields it right sideline. Dances around up the sideline, and he'll go out of bounds at about the 42, maybe 43-yard line.
We got 1:04 left on the clock, and I was telling you earlier, all of these pass plays Howard is doing. Why not run the ball and try to get out of here? Because you're not going for the home run ball. The pressure is starting to mount up. So I'm going to say this is an excellent chance for now. We got to see if FAMU is going to actually throw the ball around the field. Everything is going to the right. They have not thrown into the double set receiver side yet. They keep motioning out of it. So I don't know why they just go ahead and run a play and see how the defense reacts.
FAMU has no timeouts right now. They come out.
We got trips coming wide.
Jamal Haley is the single back with R.J. Johnson. Trips to the left, single receiver to the short side. Johnson back to pass. Steps up, finds a man wide open. That's Wilcher. And he will get out of bounds. Kanari Wilcher. And that's enough for a FAMU first down.
We'll see how they can move the change.
Ball spotted at the 48-yard line in Bison territory. Same personnel. This time the trips are to the right. Johnson dropped back to pass. Looking, stepping up. Finds a man cutting across. Oh, he just led him too far. That pass just off the hands of number 6, Miles Campbell. If he could have, let's see, as we watch the replay.
He's throwing to a tight end.
Well,
And
Okay.
that's a little high and
It's
wide.
a little high and wide,
High
yeah.
and wide. He's a tight end. You got to stick it. Put it on his numbers.
Yeah, that's a tough one. If he catches that, Campbell is going up the sideline for an extra 10 yards, maybe even close to the 30, inside the 30. 1st and 10, ball on the 48, 52 seconds. In a pistol formation, Johnson back to pass. They go running back screen, and that play is blown up there by number 1, Azuri Watson. Jamal Haley on the reception. So it's now 3rd and 10, 36, 35 seconds.
Excellent
FAMU's not showing much. Yeah, and it looks like Howard, I don't know if FAMU was intent to kind of let this one run out, but Howard now decides to call a timeout with 28 seconds to play. And so there's 28 seconds left in the half. Howard calls a timeout. Howard still has 1 remaining. So it's quite possible here that, Ron, maybe Howard's thinking if we get a stop right now, 3rd and 15, ball is on the 47-yard line. If we get a stop, you never know what might happen.
Their last 4 possessions haven't been that good the way they started out. So I'm not sure all of a sudden, clock management by both squads, I thought they were just going to try to take the points on the board, and we're within 30 seconds of expected halftime because both bands have already cleared the stands. So now everyone's in anticipation of let's try to get to halftime so we can see the show. But we got to come up with, if I'm Florida A&M, I'm going to run this. So,
okay. So you're saying go conservative, huh?
Stretch the play. Stretch it, run it, and go down, and just play the clock.
All right, we'll see what the Rattlers do as they come out. Haley is the single back, Johnson in shotgun, 28 seconds remaining. Receiver in motion from left to right is Campbell. Oh, and we've got a flag, false start. We might have false start called against FAMU. Let's see, the officials are huddling. Let's see what the white hat calls here. Offsides called against the defense. So that's a big play for FAMU. It is still 3rd down. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 now. A first down by FAMU does stop the clock. So it's an opportunity to do something if you can get up a first down here. They're across midfield in Bison territory. Haley is the back to the left of Johnson. Receiver is Rogers in motion from left to right. Johnson drops back. Pressure coming. Johnson looking. Has a man wide open over the middle. Pass complete to number 2, Goldie Lawrence. Lawrence has got to get down. It is enough for a first down. So ball is spotted at the 35-yard line. If they can get up. 18 seconds. Once the official sets it, let's see if they decide to clock it here. It needs to be a quick decision here. FAMU has a receiver coming onto the field. 15 seconds, 14, 13 seconds, 12. They got to get it off quickly here. 10 seconds on the clock. There's no sense of urgency here. 7 seconds, 5 seconds on the clock. Not sure what's happening. Johnson dropping back, looking, goes over the middle. Pass is complete to Haley, and that is going to be how the quarter ends. So not the best clock management by Florida A&M's offense here. Not sure why they didn't try to clock that.
Coach is on the field. He's fussing like he was trying to get a timeout.
Well, they don't have any timeouts according to my record.
I'm not sure why would this even be up for discussion.
Yeah, we're waiting. Not sure what the call was by the. Well, that's going to be the end of the half as the Howard Bison are coming together and running off. So I'm not sure what happened there, but Florida A&M ends up stalling on themselves. Their offense is They got a first down with 18 seconds to play, but they were unable to get up to the line, snap it, and clock it. And for some reason, you had a guy running onto the field. So I know that'll be discussed, and not the best way to end the half for the Rattlers. And it's a little chaos here on the field as teams have to cross each other. First off, to get to the locker room, Howard's band is on the field. This isn't quite like Stanford in California, but the Rattler offense will have to maneuver around the Howard band just to get to their locker room. I don't know who organized this, but this is surely chaotic here. Somebody might want to figure this out in the future. As coming up here, you've got the Howard University Showtime Band performing first, and then they will be followed by the Marching 100 of Florida A&M University, the 2024 HBCU Band of the Year.
Just to give you a vision at home, they're lined up approximately about the 25-yard line. Much different than most bands when you line up on the goal line or the sideline marching out. They're taking full formation in the middle of the field. But I'm surprised why is FAMU's coach complaining.
Are they still having discussions? There's still discussions. You got the halftime interviews happen. I think you got Coach Larry Scott for Howard being interviewed on one end. I'm not sure why the official is still waiting. The white hat still appears to be waiting for somebody or something. Well, I don't think it's going to bring both teams or either team back on the field, Ron. So we will step away. Obviously, if you want to watch this halftime, you could go to ESPN Plus and watch this halftime. We will step away and come back in about maybe 10, 15 minutes with some halftime statistics as the Showtime marching band of Howard prepares to take the field. Our score at halftime, Howard 7, Florida A&M 3. You're listening to the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic from Miami Gardens, Florida. We'll be back after halftime with the stats and start of the second half.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture.
Well, halftime has concluded here at the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Brian Fulford and Ron Mitchell here with as we get ready to look at some stats and get ready for the call of the second half. Florida A&M trailing the Howard Bison by a score of 7-3. Neither team has been very prolific offensively. Total yards in the first half, Florida A&M with 108, while Howard has 105. The passing stats are very similar as well. Florida A&M with 77 yards passing and 31 yards rushing. Howard 76 yards passing and 29 yards rushing. The penalties have been low. Howard with 3 penalties for 15 yards, FAMU 2 penalties for 15. The first downs for Florida A&M 7. Howard 6. On third down might be the biggest difference. Howard is 4 of 10 on third down. FAMU is 1 of 6. Howard even 1 for 1 on fourth down. Both Howard has run 33 plays, FAMU 29. Florida A&M averaging 3.7 yards per play, while Howard is averaging 3.6 yards per play. Within the red zone, each team is 1 for 1, but the difference is Howard scored a touchdown from 2 yards out, and FAMU had a field goal of 37 yards. Time of possession belongs to Howard, 16 minutes and 4 seconds, while FAMU is just at 13 minutes and 56 seconds. From an individual standpoint, Howard's Tyreek Starks, the quarterback, the grad student, is 10 of 15 passing, 76 yards, 1 touchdown, while he has rushed 7 times for 23 yards. Travis,
by far, played an outstanding game, but I think some of the contact in their play calling, those last 4 possessions kind of stagnated their offense.
We'll see how that plays out. Also rushing the ball for Howard, you've got Travis Kearney with 5 carries for just 6 yards, Eden James with 4 carries for 5 yards, and also running one-time Billy Roberson for a yard. Receiving, it's been Cam Neely Jr., who has been the primary receiver here for Howard, as he has, or CJ Neely, excuse me. CJ Neely, 4 receptions, 27 yards, and the touchdown. But also you have Kearney out of the backfield, 2 catches for 30 yards. And so that's how they have looked. On the FAMU side of things, R.J. Johnson, in his first collegiate start, 9 of 17, 77 yards. You have a host of backs receiving for FAMU, as 7 receivers have caught a ball for the Rattlers, led by number 28, Jamal Haley, 3 receptions for 14 yards. Rushing the ball, it's been Thad Franklin Jr., 7 attempts for 23 yards, leading the Rattlers. Here we go with the start of the second half. Back to receive, it's a short kick to Wilcher at about the 8-yard line, running right side across the 25. He's still on his feet, dancing around, and he's wrapped up right about the 25-yard line. He went right and ran into a few Howard Bison. So FAMU's clock management at the end of the first half was definitely quite talked about up here in the press box, and I'm sure at home by a lot of you watching the game.
I had a couple comments about the same thing, that clock management. And really the play calling pass plays when you should just run out the clock. And I think also, if you're going to pass the ball, go ahead and move the ball around the field a little bit.
Well, let's see what adjustments the Rattlers make. It's R.J. Johnson in the shotgun. Thad Franklin left. Bunch trips to the left with a single receiver to the right. It's a toss to Franklin. Left side. Got some room. Avoids the defender. Gets across the 30-yard line. And he's down at the 31. That's a gain of about 6. So that'll bring up, correction, they say it's a gain of 5. So it'll be 2nd down and 5. So not a bad start there on the little toss to Franklin.
They haven't attacked the edges much throughout the first half of a lot of inside draw plays.
Pistol formation for Johnson. Franklin behind him. Hand off to Franklin. Left side off the tackle. Across the 35. Down at about the 36-yard line. As a couple of as a Howard defender and FAMU tight end decided to hold on to each other a little bit longer. But it's 3rd down and 1 now as they spotted just shy of the 35. So FAMU needed to get across the 35. They spotted short. So here we go. See if FAMU can power this ball across. They're in the shotgun. Franklin's to the left of Johnson. The snap is high. Johnson inside. Ooh, this is going to be close. It's going to be close to see whether he got across the 35. Let's see if he got a generous spot.
I'm one of those people, when it comes down to a short yardage play,
and
open it up. Go ahead, give yourself some gaps.
He did not get the first down. He did not get the first down. Amazing. So with 13:07, the Rattlers will punt. That's a tough break. Offensive line for FAMU, unable to get the push it needed. Now, here's FAMU in this formation, which you basically have the snap, the snap and 2 linemen. Then you got the 3 next level, about 7 yards back. Right foot punt. Ball received at the 20-yard line, and a great open field tackle there. On the tackle there for FAMU is number 3, Caleb McKenzie.
And that is very surprising. It was excellent punt and coverage, but they dropped 4 people back to protect the punter. And that is not a lot of downfield pursuit and coverage if you're going to span out.
So 12:35 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Howard will start 1st and 10. Right at the 20-yard line. First offensive possession of the second half. And Tariq Starks comes up under center. And in the I formation is Travis Kearney. Toss to Kearney, right, running. FAMU's defensive line shuts it down. Only a gain of 2 or 3. Let's see where they spot it. 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 22. Great pursuit from the backside there by FAMU number 15, James Gardner Jr.
Yeah, that toss, you pretty much find the gap and you try to work your way through, and they were able to shut that down.
Starks in the shotgun now. He keeps looking left. And a great job up front by the defensive back, Andre Powell Jr., as he got some pressure on Starks and forced a deflection.
They're getting in his face now.
So great job by the DB. Came in on the blitz, recognized that it was a pass play, held his ground, had his hands up, and forced a deflection. So 3rd down and 8, 11:54 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Ball on the 22-yard line. Howard moving left to right, similar to the same direction in the 2nd quarter. Starks in the shotgun, dropping back to pass. He's looking. He's got time. Goes over the middle. Oh, intended for number 88, Montrell Walker. Could have been an interception. Not sure the DB was quite looking for it, but another 3 and out. And I think that's at least 4 of the last 5 possessions in which Howard's offense has gone 3 and out.
This is when, you got to figure out, is this the time FAMU is going to draw a good offensive drive to follow up behind a good defensive stand?
It's time to start putting those together if you're FAMU. Back to receive Jalen Rogers standing on his own 41-yard line. It's coming right to him in midfield. Catches at the 45. Dances around the logo, and he could not get away from his teammate or the couple of Howard defenders who were in front of him. And so they're going to spot the ball down at the 45-yard line. And that'll bring us to a media timeout with 11:38 to play in the third quarter. Howard 7, FAMU 3. You're listening to the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic right here on the Black College Sports Network.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
As technology continues to bring changes to the world of education, it's time we also reimagine teacher professional development. Gone are the days of one-size-fits-all learning that can only be accessed at a specific time and place. The Stride PD Center is an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that allow educators to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. The best professional development plans are those that include a level of flexibility and choice for educators. Whether you're a teacher, school, or district, visit us today to take charge of your learning.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in due fall.
Back to live action here in the third quarter of the Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Brian Fulfin and Ron Mitchell here as the Florida A&M Rattlers will come out onto the field for their second drive of the third quarter from their own 47-yard line. R.J. Johnson, the quarterback for the Rattlers. He'll start in a pistol formation. Thad Franklin is the single back behind him. Wilcher, single receiver to his right. Trips to his left. In motion is Mitchell, the tight end. Johnson drops back to pass, looking, steps up into the pocket, avoids the pressure, dances around, and he is tackled right around the line of scrimmage as he is tackled from behind. And Johnson appeared a little hesitant to want to take off and run and didn't quite feel comfortable trying to throw a receiver open, so he Kind of held on to the ball for that.
He's been looking for one guy, the tight end. Instead of moving the ball around the field, Howard has a good idea about what he's trying to do. He's waiting on the tight end to get up the field and try to develop a route. That's why a lot of these pass plays are short and everything is going to the right.
Well, what's even compounded worse for here at FAMU is an offensive penalty called on Kai Gadsden, number 73, hands to the face. So that's a 15-yard penalty. So now it's 1st and 25, ball on the 32-yard line. 11:18 to play in the second quarter. Johnson in shotgun. Franklin to his right. In motion is Mitchell from left to the right side of the line. Pass over the middle. Pass complete to number 2, Goldie Lawrence. And Goldie will get out near midfield. So almost picked up all 15 of those yards lost in the penalty. They're going to say it's second down and 12. So he picked up about 13 of those yards.
That's a matchup I've been waiting on them to take advantage of throughout this whole first half.
Rattlers in shotgun again, 10:30 to play. Going right to left. Johnson in shotgun, Franklin to his right. Back to pass. Looking. This time he keeps it. He's running across midfield. Gets down to about the 50. This time Johnson was resolute in his decision to actually run that time.
Yeah, he was looking at his receiver, saw that he was covered, but again, everything is right hand dominated.
Mm-hmm. He gave it about a 1, 2, 3 count, and he was gone. So now we get 3rd down and 8. Ball is just across midfield, Howard territory on the 49. Nope, correction, spotted on the FAMU 49. In shotgun again. Franklin is to his left. Howard brings the pressure. Johnson's got to get rid of it. Over the middle. Pass intended for Jalen Rogers, but it's broken up.
Excellent.
Pass is broken up there by number 7, Derek Hartley Jr. And the FAMU offense will come off the field right at midfield.
I'm going to say that was an excellent play by the defensive back playing over that shoulder. I was more so thinking that he was going to look over here to his left, let that play develop, and take advantage of that defensive back out on that island. But his patience is real short.
Well, back to punt, number 38, Bobby Ingsler. Standing on the 15-yard line is number 1, Zuri Watson. The ball bounces at about the 4, and it'll roll into the end zone for a touchback. So 9:32 to play in the second quarter, and we will have a media timeout with Howard leading 7-3 here at the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. We'll be back in just a moment.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KeversVoice.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in due fall.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison,
9:32 remaining in
one
the
legendary
third
showdown
quarter
under the Miami Lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy.
Orange Blossom Classic. Some scores around HBCU football. 10:35 remaining in the fourth quarter in Jackson, Mississippi. Hampton 14, Jackson State 14. Halftime in Nashville, Tennessee. North Carolina A&T 14, Tennessee State 10. First and 10 for the Bison. Ball on the 20-yard line. Tyreek Starks, the quarterback, in shotgun. Eden James, single back to his right. Inside handoff to James up the middle to the left side of the offensive line. He may have gotten 3 yards. He may have gotten 3 yards.
Yeah, they're trying to catch Fam in a little over pursuit, but then they're still working their interior game. The quarterback is not in much of a dominant play calling situations with especially this half.
8:58 to play. Second down and 7. Ball spotted on the 23. Empty backfield. Starks in shotgun. Drops back looking, goes over the middle. Beautiful catch there by the tight end, number 0, Keontae Mosley. And
we're gonna have to
he
add
rolls up, add the umpire in on that tackle. Yes, he just couldn't get away fast enough. Did a good job of just stopping and let it happen. All right, here we go. First and 10. Starks rolling right. That ball is low, incomplete, intended for number 3, Antonio Hunter.
That was an excellent play on behalf of the DN for Fam. He did not crash down so the quarterback can run free, presented himself, made the quarterback really force go to a second option on that play to throw that route, to throw that ball, I should say.
8:28 remaining off the incomplete. Second down and 10, ball on the 31. Starks in the shotgun. James out of the backfield by himself. Starks going to the right side. Pass complete. Pass complete to number 10, John Simmons III. And he is tackled right on the reception. A gain of 5. So it brings up 3rd and 5.
Hey, that was a good open field play by Huggins.
The All-American, All-SWAC Conference player, preseason player, TJ Huggins. 3rd down and 5 for Howard. Empty backfield as Starks sends Eden James into the flat. Here comes Nayron Jenkins on a blitz, and James comes up with the reception, and he finds him just in time. So the hot read was Eden James, and he was wide open as the linebacker blitzed from the outside. Didn't distract Starks at all. You know, I always wonder if a blitzer's coming in, if Jenkins is able to have his hands up coming in, does that play even get off? So it's a first down for Howard, 7:20 to play. Ball's on the 42-yard line. Back into the ball game is Travis Kearney. Inside hand, or off to the right side, is Kearney. He's tackled on the play by number 58, John Myers.
I like all the pursuit that FAMU's defense had on that. They knew right when a guy was pulling, they stayed right, ran lateral down the line instead of running upfield, which is turns out to be a good play for them.
Starks brings Howard out of the huddle. He's in shotgun formation. Kearney's to his left. Hand off to Kearney. And he is tackled right about the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or two past it, as a pair of Rattlers were there on the tackle, including Stanavius Smith, as well as Jahan Myers. 3rd down and 9. Howard has been very successful on 3rd down to date. 3rd and 9. Ball on the 43. Empty backfield with Starks as the QB. Twins to his right. Twins to his left. He stops. He's looking. He's going to throw. Pass broken up. Is it intercepted? It is intercepted. Interception. Brandon Callaway read it, picked it off, and FAMU has their first forced turnover of the day and season.
That was a good eye scheme. And actually, they dropped almost like 8 people back in coverage because they knew it was a passing down. And he stepped in and got in front of that. Good read. You know, trust what your eyes see sometime and react. And here it is, you come up with a eye scheme.
Brandon Callaway, the senior from Griffin, Georgia, transfer from Purdue University.
Wow, he's a Boilermaker.
Boiler up. RJ Johnson back at quarterback here for FAMU. 1st and 10, ball on the 43-yard line. 5:50 to play. Johnson moves Thad Franklin to his left. He's in shotgun formation. Going right to left. He keeps it on the fake. Pass was intended for the tight end, Mitchell. Led him too far, but there was some pressure.
Yeah, he had to take one on the chin, and they put him on the ground.
Howard has done a good job of getting pressure on Johnson, making him feel uncomfortable.
When you have to play from your back, that's not a good position to be in, and the pressure's been coming to him always front side.
2nd and 10, ball on the 43 again. Johnson in shotgun, trips, bunched just off the line to the right, and we've got a flag on the play. Delay a game called against FAMU.
Wow, following a good turnover, you come back with that play, and all of a sudden you kind of shoot yourself in the foot. Now you set yourself back.
Well, right now, the Rattlers have not been able to take advantage of the field position gifts that they have been getting via their special teams and their defense.
Right.
I mean, those two units have really given the offense the ball. If we counted the times that the offense has had the ball around the 40 to midfield, I think it's about 6 or 7 times, and they haven't been able to capitalize on it all. Johnson dropping back, finds a receiver. Receiver screen is Jalen Rogers. Rogers gets across the 40, but he is tackled in the open field by Zuri Watson. Great job by Watson making a tackle on Rogers on that wide receiver screen. It's now 3rd and 11. Ball on the 42 after that gain of 4 yards. 5:16 remaining in the 3rd quarter. FAMU on the right side of the hash, trips to the left on the far side. Johnson drops back. He's looking. He's got to get rid of it. And his intended target was number 17, Jason Mertil.
You had 3 defenders
and we've
got on him.
And we've got a flag on the play.
It seemed like the defensive back got there a little early to me.
Now, this could be a big break here for Florida A&M. Pass interference called against the defense. Automatic 1st down. So a big break there for Florida A&M. And with 5:01 to play in the third quarter, let's see if Johnson and the Rattler offense can take advantage. Ball on the Howard 44-yard line. Now in the running back position is Jamal Haley. He's in a shotgun next to Johnson. Inside handoff to Haley. No, it's a keeper by Johnson. He's going deep. Misses his intended target on the left sideline, Jamar Taylor. And it looked like Taylor might have stopped running on that route. It's a bit of a play action there. And
he got a little tangled up with the defensive back.
Okay. He put it on the outside shoulder. So not sure if that's just an overthrow or is it on the receiver not able to kind of get off that break. Haley again in shotgun. Johnson the handoff. He fakes the handoff, rolling right. He's got a man open, wide open, unable to get rid of the ball, and Johnson takes the sack. Caleb Gallup, the younger brother of Kenny Gallup, the All-American defensive back of Howard.
Oh, that was an excellent play. And that's going to set our Rattlers back.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd and 18 now. Ball is back on the FAMU 48-yard line. So there was a man that was running wide open. My binoculars and eyes had already moved down the field, but RJ was unable to find him. So Johnson back in shotgun again. 3rd and 18. He checks to the sideline. Oh, and the offensive coaches, Coach Colsey, is upset at the inability to get the snap off because it looks like they might have had something. So we're going to end up with a timeout here at 4:05 left in the third quarter. And you hate to waste that timeout. I mean, this is the second half where now the timeouts are precious, especially when you're trailing.
Yeah, it's starting to mount up now where some of the momentum shift. You know, we thought the defense is giving them excellent field position, but offensively, they're still quarterback's not able to set his feet, get any variations off the run game, and incorporate a better passing game. Because the Bisons are putting a lot of pressure front side in front of his face, so he can't get a pass off.
Well, we'll go a quick scoreboard watch while we stay here with the action live. Jackson State has jumped out to a 28-14 lead after a pair of fourth quarter touchdowns have given the defending HBCU national champs, who are in their home opener, a 28-14 lead over the Hampton Pirates. Also in the SWAC, Alabama A&M trails the Arkansas Razorbacks 38-7, 11:07 in the third quarter. At Mississippi Valley State, Southern has a 10-6 lead right now with 6:56 remaining in the second half. In the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, we are scoreless at North Carolina Central, 3:46 to play in the first quarter. South Carolina State has gotten their first points of the season as they lead 3-0 with 4:12 remaining in the first quarter at home against Wofford. And then the contest in Nashville, Tennessee, we're still at halftime between North Carolina A&T and Tennessee State as the Aggies have a 14-10 lead over Tennessee State. A pair of first year at their program HBCU coaches. Coach Sean Gibbs of North Carolina A&T and Coach Reggie Barlow of Tennessee State. Not new to head coaching at
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
As technology continues to bring changes to the world of education, it's time we also reimagine teacher professional development. Gone are the days of one-size-fits-all learning that can only be accessed at a specific time and place. The Stride PD Center is an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that allow educators to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. The best professional development plans are those that include a level of flexibility and choice for educators. Whether you're a teacher, school, or district, visit us today to take charge of your learning.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in Duval.
stays on his feet after the contact and gets out to the the 16-yard line.
That was good second effort on that run.
Correction, to the 17-yard line. So, but it's a gain of 5, though. Second down and 5. 11:55 to play. As the 100 implores the offense to let's go. Johnson in shotgun, handoff to Somerset. RPO action, and he gets across the 15 to the 14-yard line, a gain of 3. It'll be third down and a long 3. He's across the 15-yard line, so technically you'd say the 14. But he needs to get across the 12 to get the first down. So scoreboard says 3rd and 3, but it's probably 3rd and 2. We'll just say a long 2. 3rd and a long 2. Is this 4-down territory here, Ron?
Most definitely.
Okay. Here's that bunch set just to the right of the offensive line. Johnson in shotgun. Somerset, the single back. Oh, and we've got a flag. Do we have some movement? Oh, I think
got a timeout. Got a timeout.
By? Timeout.
Coach, FAMU's offense coach called timeout.
Wow. FAMU calls their second, or correction, was that Howard who called a timeout? No, it's FAMU. So FAMU calls their second timeout of the game with 11:02 to play in the fourth quarter. Wow, we'll step away and see what the Rattlers do coming out of this timeout. You're listening to the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
Now, you can live in Texas and not have a good red meat blend. Texas Cowboy Dust is designed for steak and other red meats. It's out to be my most popular spice blend, made with onions, peppers, ground mushrooms, pink salt, and other spices. Texas Cowboy Dust also goes great with chicken, pork, vegetables, and adds a restaurant quality sheen to gravies and sauces.
It's like a loop machine. All around town, people trying to get down.
Vanilla smoked sea salt seasoning is for seafood. The tarragon and fennel bring out the natural sweetness in seafood. I also use it in rice dishes, on yams, asparagus, blueberry pancakes, and believe it or not, chocolate chip cookies. Vanilla smoked sea salt adds a salty and savory component to sweet dishes that create a symphony for the tongue.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in Duval.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched. The culture undeniable. The vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season.
11:02 to play here. FAMU comes out of the timeout. It's 3rd and 2. R.J. Johnson under center. Back deep is Bo Somerset. It's a handoff to Somerset. Up the middle, 10. Across, down at the 8-yard line. A beautiful run by Somerset. Great play calling there by the FAMU offense. Tackle made by number 20, Ben Chandler.
That was good play action pass. Set up with a nice handoff. You were able to freeze the linebackers a little bit, and they found the crease.
1st and goal, ball on the 7-yard line. 10:33. Johnson in the shotgun. Somerset is to his left. toss to Somerset going left. He's got a blocker across the 5 to about the 2-yard line.
One thing about it, I'm looking at the second tier.
Oh, we have some laundry on the field back at the 10-yard line.
The linebackers from Howard are not able to get across because some of these linemen, they're a little slow. Some of these linemen are getting up on this second level, putting a little pressure on them.
We've got a laundry on the field. It's called against Florida A&M, so that'll bring the ball back. Bring it back 10 yards, will it? We'll see. It looks like they're going to spot it back at the 16, maybe 17-yard line. So now 1st and 17. So 1st and goal, ball on the 17-yard line. Tough penalty there. Looks like it might have been called on number 63, Ricky Taylor. So back under center comes R.J. Johnson, 1st and goal. Bo Somerset is the back. It's a sweep to Jalen Rogers. He picks up a blocker from his teammate, Wilcher, and he goes out of bounds at the 12-yard line. So that's a 5-yard receiver sweep.
If he was a little patient, I think he could have gotten a lot more out of that.
Wilcher was blocking in front of him, and he was right on Wilcher's heels.
Yeah, he was a little. If he would have been patient, he would have got a little more out of that.
The clock is still running, so they must not have said he went out of bounds. 9:25 to play. 2nd down and goal from the 12. Johnson in the shotgun. Somerset is the single back out of the backfield. Johnson's got to run. He's wrapped up, and I'm looking for a flag as the defender was all in on his face mask.
He was up on the shoulders.
Okay,
but he was able to go free.
C.J. Wesley Jr. there as we watched the replay.
He goes free.
Wow,
he goes free.
He goes free, and he grabbed him, I guess, right underneath the chin.
Yes.
Draw some groans from the FAMU fans. So a tough break, but more importantly, Ron, like you said, the blitz pickup was not there.
Yeah, you got to chip him. You can't let that guy. He's too rangy.
And so we've got another timeout. So another timeout called. That's the 3rd and final timeout, it appears, called by FAMU. So that's how big this 3rd down will be, as it's 3rd and goal back on the 18-yard line.
And Howard is playing like they feel like they're caught up in the momentum of this.
Yes. Wow. What a tough situation. And again, Ron, we go back to, is this 4-down territory? The fact that you've missed a field goal earlier puts you in a situation where with 8:35 left to play in the game, you're not down 1. You're down 4. There's no 4-point plays in football. So it's either you're going for the field goal or you got to go for a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the zoo is located in Miami, but it's a pink elephant in the room. So definitely, and with this play calling, it's not giving the Rattlers a good opportunity because they're getting in this bunch formation and they're drawing in a defense that's already tired to me. Why put them all together? I would spread them out and make these guys run from sideline to sideline, or at least from the numbers. You need to get them going, and you can push them around. But you're playing right into their hands with this kind of, I'm not going to say juvenile play calling, but you're doing some of the same repetitive things.
Feels a little elementary, I guess. Maybe
yes,
is what you're thinking.
And you're trying to expect a new outcome.
Or it could be a setup towards something bigger. But when that happens or when it will happen remains to be seen. Let's, while we're a minute or so away from coming back at this timeout with 8:35 remaining in the quarter, let's take a look at some scores. Right now, again, final score, Jackson State 28, Hampton 14. With 36 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Southern regained the lead and now has a 17-13 lead over Mississippi Valley State. Alabama A&M trailing Arkansas 45-7 at the end of the third quarter. Over in the matchup in Tennessee or at Tennessee State, the Tigers have regained a lead 17-14 with 5:51 remaining in the third quarter. And then over in the MEAC, North Carolina Central is trailing 3-0 to New Hampshire with 9:17 remaining in the second quarter. And in South Carolina State, in Orangeburg, South Carolina, they are leading Wofford 3-0 with 11:38 remaining in the second quarter. Well, the Rattlers are back on the field, and it is 3rd and goal from the 18, 8:35 to play. Here's that widespread set you mentioned. R.J. Johnson is shotgun. Bo Somerset is a single back. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Let's see what the Rattlers do here. The Howard linebackers creep in, showing a possible blitz. Johnson back to pass. They drop out of it. Johnson looking. He goes into the flat to Somerset. He makes a man miss. Nope. Open field tackle there made by number 32, J. Augustus Oledge. And
they were playing for that short route the whole time.
They were.
Because the receivers didn't go aggressively into the end zone to try to make themselves open.
Well, here's a field goal attempt. It'll be 33 yards. Correction. 33 yards, a little bit shorter than the last one that got blocked. 33-yard field goal attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. So the field goal by Daniel Porto cuts the Howard lead to 1. So 7:46 remaining. Howard 7, FAMU 6.
So we got to come out with some punches if you're going to be this FAMU team.
Well, the one thing that has happened is that FAMU's defense has held. They've held mostly in this contest, only giving up 1 touchdown to Howard. So, I guess that's the one constant that we have seen in this contest. And if you're Howard, you're in that spot of saying, do you want to gamble? Florida A&M's offense has not shown you the ability to put the ball in the end zone. Now, you got to be careful because obviously they are 2 of 3 on field goal attempts, so they could get to a position and be able to kick a field goal, but you blocked one already. So an interesting game of chess here for head coach Larry Scott of Howard and Coach James Colsey III for Florida A&M.
I know coming into a first game, it's all about the conditioning, and you look at who can weather the storm, who can minimize some of the mistakes. So right now, we're inside of 8 minutes to go in this game. So we're going to see who's going to have the will, the power to push it a little more. And you say, can FAMU find some creativity?
Back to receive for Howard. It looks like it'll be number 2, Anthony Reagan, right at the 1-yard line. He brings it out, and he is hit at the 25-yard line by number 27, Jason Riles. So Howard will have the ball with 7:40 to play in the contest on their 23-yard line. 1st and 10 for Howard.
And we gotta give the defense from FAMU a lot of credit. They've been able to keep Starks inside the box a little bit. He's not running as much, and he has not been able to get a lot of good throws off clean. So we can see if this defense can keep the pressure on.
Well, Howard comes out in their first possession here in a shotgun formation. Tyreek Starks and three receivers left, a single receiver right with Eden James as the single back. I would be surprised if this is a pass play, to be honest, given what we've seen. Oh, they're going to move the ball back. A delay of game called against Howard. That's rare. Okay, so now it's 1st and 15. Ball's back on the 18-yard line. 7:40 to play. Starks in the shotgun. He's keeping. Quarterback keeper. He'll get across the 20 to about the 22, 23-yard line. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of the ball staying in the hands of Tyreek Starks or the running backs here. I'd be surprised to see the ball in the air.
That was a numbers game. Even though they had these guys flanked out, they had them outnumbered on the pressure coming in at him.
Howard's going to be content to use as much clock in this situation as possible. 7:08 to play. They come out of the huddle. 4 receivers set, 2 left, 2 right. Starks in the shotgun. Eden James to his left. Dropping back the pass. Looking. He keeps. Across the 25. Tackle near the 30-yard line.
There's a little inverted slide.
And so he got across the 25 to the 26. Now it's 3rd and 11. So that 5-yard delay of game hurt Howard in the beginning.
Right.
I'm a little surprised that Howard is going out of the shotgun to run and not really just more so being in that RPO or just bring the ball up under center.
But if you notice this, they're not throwing the ball because if you throw, you're going to
you don't want to get FAMU has no timeout,
Right.
so you don't want to help FAMU by giving him timeouts. Back in the shotgun again, 6:15. Blitz from the outside, avoids it, pressure. He's throwing deep to the sideline, out of bounds, and some pressure by FAMU forces Tyreek Starks to throw the ball out of bounds. So FAMU gets what they want. They get the clock stopped with 6:08 to play. Not the best decision that you want to play when you're playing clock management.
Yeah,
Starks did a great job of avoiding.
Yes, he did.
That potential linebacker, defensive lineman, Latari Kinsler. So on the kick is Liam Allen, probably his most important punt of the game. Back to receive is Jalen Rogers, standing on his 35-yard line. The kick by Allen. It's going to the left. Rogers calls fair catch at the 41, 42-yard line.
He's been playing with a seatbelt off the whole game, running at every ball. I'm surprised he even yielded a fair catch on that.
6:02 remaining in the contest. Howard 7, FAMU 6. The Rattlers will have the ball on their own 38-yard line. We'll step away for a break. You're listening to the Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic on the Black College Sports Network.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
The human voice has always connected audiences with experiences. Major brands all across America have trusted Kever's voice time and time again. Conversational, powerhouse, intelligent, and sincere. That's the voice you need for your creative marketing process. KEAVERSVOICE.com. Kever's Voice, Kever's Voice, KeversVoice.com. Always on, all the time.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in Duval.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, My colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. Two powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy, unmatched. The culture, undeniable. The vibes, straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
6:02 remaining in the contest. Florida A&M has the ball on their own 38-yard line, trailing 7-6. They have no timeouts after forcing Howard to punt. R.J. Johnson is the quarterback in shotgun formation. Thad Franklin, single receiver or single back. Goldie Lawrence to his right on the short side. Twins to the left. Double tight end formation. Looks like there's now a change for the Rattlers. They move Franklin over to the left side, so the protection is heavy on the left side. Inside handoff to Franklin. No, it's deflected. So Johnson tried to catch Goldie Lawrence going across the middle on a slant route, but it was deflected.
Man,
I'm not sure did anybody catch that.
It should have hit the ground, but that almost turned up to be an interception.
It's deflected at the line. Oh, no.
Whoa.
Did Lawrence come up with
catch.
that? That's a
catch between the legs.
What a catch by Goldie Lawrence. If that ball deflected, and on the deflection, he comes up with it somehow between his legs. They're bringing it back. They're not going to give him that. That's tough.
Wow.
That's a tough break. The ball is between his legs.
From our view.
Well, somewhere they're saying maybe the ball is in the air.
If it hit
bounces off his hands, he catches it between his legs. That ball never hit the ground.
Yeah, the ball didn't hit the ground. He caught it with his legs.
I don't understand how that's not a catch, but that's probably the best non-catch you might see this weekend. 2nd and 10 for the Rattlers. Johnson in shotgun.
Oh.
They go out to Ritter, right side, up the sideline. Oh, there's a flag. There's a flag. Oh, they're going to call a flag on Goldie Lawrence holding the wide receiver. Oh, my goodness. Ritter had got all the way down to the 30-yard line on the tight end screen. But I think they're going to throw a flag on the wide receiver holding on the sideline.
Oh, man, you take a nice little fullback catching a pass out in the flat like that.
Wow.
Oh, that was crucial.
Wow, holding a 10-yard penalty, a replay of 2nd down as Ritter comes from the left across the front. Oh, man. Wow, that's a tough call. They called Lawrence for holding.
Excellent play by your quarterback. Man, that was a good run option read to hit the fullback coming out of in the flat.
Well, fortunately, though, I guess it only is really – it's a spot foul, so now it's a 2nd down and 5 for FAMU on their own 44. 5:25 remaining in the contest. Johnson fakes the handoff, goes to the sideline, hits Jalen Rogers on the sideline. Beautiful play and throw, and a 1st down for FAMU. Ball spotted at the 46 in Howard territory.
They haven't called that play since the first half.
That's a great throw, great read, inside fake handoff, and Jalen Rogers, they find him quickly on the sideline. First down.
They should have gone to that play a lot sooner.
Johnson in the shotgun. It's Thad Franklin, the single back to his left. Twins bunch to the right. 2 receivers to the left. Johnson dropping back, looking, scrambling. He's got to get rid of it. Steps into the pocket. He's running. Holding on to the ball. Getting close to the 35. Oh, about to the 37-yard line. It is a 1st down. Move those chains for the Rattlers. R.J. Johnson did a great job. First keeping his head and eyes down the field, Ron, and then he just kept running. Held onto the ball securely. Best run of the day for R.J. Johnson.
They flushed him out, and he was able to actually turn that into something.
4:13 to play. 1st and 10 on the 36-yard line. Trips to the left. Receiver in motion. Oh, there's a bad snap. Johnson comes up with it. Can he throw it away? He throws it away.
And he got it upfield.
And he got it upfield. So a heads-up play is, wow. So there was some pressure there by number 3, Judah McJimsey. Yeah, just a bad snap. That snap went to the left of Johnson. He was able to come up with it and get rid of it, and more importantly, not take a big loss there. 2nd and 10 now. Ball on the 36. 4:01 remaining in the game. FAMU trailing Howard 7-6. The Rattlers are driving left to right. They got 5 seconds on the play clock. Well, no, I think they're going to reset the clock here. Yeah, the officials don't have the ball set, so they'll reset the play clock. 20 seconds on the play clock. Ball is spotted on the hash that's closest to the Howard bench. FAMU has 3 receivers to the far side. Pistol formation. Franklin, handoff. He avoids the first man, but the second man gets him. And the second man there was number 86, Nathaniel Clark.
It's kind of they're gonna force their hand. That should have been their pass play right there.
3rd down and 10 now. Definitely is 2-down territory here. FAMU needs to get to the 25-yard line, or really across the 26 for the 1st down. 3rd and 10. Back to the 3 receiver set to the left, to the far side. Bo Somerset now is the back to the right of Johnson. The snap, Johnson dropping. He's going deep. He's got Jalen Rogers caught at the 10-yard line. Jalen Rogers, the best throw of the day by R.J. Johnson, and he finds number 1 on the sideline right near the FAMU cheerleaders and band, and it's 1st and goal for the Rattlers with 3 minutes to play.
Now, that was a shot of venom for the fans. Finally come up with a big play.
So the Rattlers are in the red zone. Howard leading by 1. R.J. Johnson in the shotgun. Bo Somerset is to the left. Let's see if FAMU goes conservative. They go inside to Somerset, and he is wrapped up right about the 9-yard line by 3 Howard Bison. Well, the question is, Ron, do you play conservative, kick the field goal and win the game, or do you try to punch it forward into the end zone?
I'm gonna go with what we've been going with all along. Hey, try to set the edge, get the guys to move a little bit. Then if you got to play for the field goal, play for it, but don't bank on it. Try to score.
Howard calls their first timeout of the half with 2:22 remaining in the contest. Howard 7, FAMU 6. The Rattlers have the ball on the 9-yard line, 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal on the 9.
I go with the spread formation, and I move my quarterback.
Another draw, maybe?
My quarterback, RPO it, and if you have to, just go ahead and run the toss at that point backside. I'm going to run away from the 3 receiver side.
All right, the Rattlers are back out of the timeout that was called by Howard. So 2:22 remaining. R.J. Johnson in the shotgun. Bo Somerset to his left. Receiver is Wilcher in shotgun. They go left side. Across the 5 to the 4 is Somerset. So Bo Somerset, and he's tackled there by number 3, Judah McJimsey. Coming up on the 2-minute timeout. And the Rattlers are 4 yards away from the goal line. So that'll be our 2-minute timeout, as Howard has a 7-6 lead.
And they're on the ropes. You know, you got to look at this this play calling, you got to set your offense up in a better formation and let these backs, a couple of these backs from FAMU, they're running with some power.
Well, 2 minutes remaining here. Live here at the Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Ryan Fulford and Ron Mitchell here. Just setting a few of the other scores, and we just do a quick little scoreboard check around the SWAC and MEAC. Alabama A&M trailing 52-7 with 11:46 to play in the fourth quarter. It's halftime in Itta-Bena, Mississippi. Southern 17, Mississippi Valley State 13. Of course, final score, Jackson State 28, Hampton 14. Coming up at the bottom of the hour, Arkansas Pine Bluffs will play Texas Tech, 23rd ranked Texas Tech. And then at the top of the hour, Prairie View and Texas Southern finally stopped talking, and they put total leather and end up playing the Labor Day Classic. Langston will also take on Grambling in Grambling, Louisiana at 8 o'clock as well. Over in the MEAC. In the MEAC right now, North Carolina Central is trailing at home to New Hampshire 10-0 with 1:58 remaining in the second quarter. And with 2:19 to play in the second in Orangeburg, South Carolina, Wofford and South Carolina State are tied up at 6. And we have a game that is kicked off in South Alabama as Morgan State and South Alabama are scoreless with 11:46.
Do we have a score for Albany? What about Albany State?
Albany State won 51-7 over Shaw earlier today. 51-7.
I want to give a shout out to defensive coach Damon Frenchers. He coaches at Albany State, one of my former Mizzou Tigers.
All right, the officials are imploring everybody to come back out on the field. So it'll be interesting to see what the Rattlers do here. Well, how conservative, and definitely let's see, the Rattlers are coming out here. Looks like in a big formation here. They have that double tight ends bunched with a receiver and shotgun formation for R.J. Johnson. They move the tight ends from right to left. Somerset moves from the right to the left side. A toss to Somerset, left side. He picks up a block, and he is stonewalled, stopped at the 2-yard line by Howard defenders.
But this is smash mouth football now.
We got an injured Howard Bison.
This is what I'm talking about.
Well, we've got a couple of injured Howard Bison down on the ground.
Yes.
Oh, this is a tough break right here for Howard. As two players are down. One looks like maybe cramps related. Both of them may be cramps related by the looks at the.
It's hot. It's hot. It's hot. They've been out taking a pounding.
Well, the more important thing is Howard got to stop. So the ball is going to be spotted at about the 2, inside of the 2. And it's almost, it's about the length of an extra point. And so FAMU with 1:52 can kick a very short field goal, or about the same distance as an extra point, and take the lead here for the first time in this game. We honestly came into this game and didn't know much about either team, to be perfectly honest. New quarterback for Florida A&M, new quarterback for Howard, so many new things, and I think both teams have shown you some good promise to really keep. I know the fan bases will be in angst and unhappy if you're Howard. There's some things. It depends on how this outcome and what happens here. If you're Howard, you're there's going to be some angst, and of course with Florida A&M, there's always angst when things aren't looking sharp.
Obviously this is not the fourth game of a season,
Correct.
but this first game, you're trying to iron out a lot of kinks, see what plays work, what plays don't work, and you look at who's going to step up and make some plays, and you figure out we haven't had any serious injuries to come about. But right now, this is all about just the conditioning phase, which is also what we vision this at some point. It's going to be a heat factor in conditioning. This is not practice.
Caleb Gallup, defensive back, is one of the two defensive players, and the other one is number 5, Jaquavion Smith. So they were eventually able to walk off the field, and the Rattlers special teams will have to line up and kick this extra point.
Man, they're playing Kev's song. I see the fans are moving a little bit.
So here comes the special teams unit.
Here we go.
Daniel Porto. The Rattlers are 2 for 3 on field goal attempts today. This is by far the shortest distance. He is on the left hash mark. Now, Howard has 2 timeouts, so let's see what happens here. Got to get a clean snap and hold. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. Florida A&M has taken a lead 9-7 with 1:49 to play. Nice job by Daniel Porto. Probably should get some considerations for MVP if this game holds.
That was a very impressive drive. They held their composure.
Right. That was a good long drive by So that drive, 11 plays, 61 yards, 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Porto has kicked field goals of 37, 33, and 18 was that final field goal there with 1:49 to play. So
he's big man on campus.
Well, now the FAMU defense have to hold as they have been holding most of this game. But the special teams have to do this job here because 2 dangerous backs here for Howard. Number 2, Anthony Reagan, and 24, Billy Robertson, are standing right on the goal line. Let's see if they can kick this one into the end zone. It's a deep kick. It's going to be fielded about 5 yards into the end zone, and a great job of Howard decides to take a knee. So the ball will come out to the 25-yard line, to the 25-yard line. One minute and 49 seconds to play. Well, will we continue to see the aggressive nature that we've seen from the FAMU defense? And more importantly, it's been quiet for Tyreek Starks, but we know he is capable. So here comes Howard. Starks in the shotgun. Eden James to his right. Starks drops back. Pressure comes up the middle. Throws left. That pass is broken up by number 17, Jalik Thomas.
Yes.
Pass was intended for Keontae Mosley.
And it's interesting, you look at sometimes you play your defense from the outside back in because you want to keep them in the middle of the field. You don't want them to get these outside routes. So I would sit outside.
2nd and 10, Starks drops back to pass, looking, dancing around, trying to get out to the outside. And he is sacked. Sacked on the play by number 1, Latari Kinsler. And Howard is forced to call a timeout with 1:35 to play.
He was trying to bite off a little too much, trying to get the ball up the field.
So 1:35 to play. It is now third down and 19. Ball's on the 16-yard line. So really two plays here, I would imagine. You can't worry about trying to get it all in one. This is a two-play opportunity. As the Orange Blossom Classic is swag surfing right now. And here comes Howard out of the huddle. Starks in the shotgun. He's got trips to his right. Eden James is the single back. 1:35 to play. Eden comes out of the backfield. Starks dropping back, looking. Pressure comes over the middle. It's caught across the 35. That's Keontae Mosley, and that's a first down for Howard.
That was going to be legal procedure. Yes, that back was like he was playing Canadian football.
1:25 to play. Ball is spotted at the 17. Low snap. Starks looking, dropping, pressure. He finds Eden James. He breaks out of the tackle across midfield, avoids another tackle, spins. He's down across the 50 to the 45, 46-yard line, and there is a Rattler that's down on the field. Slow to get up is number 1,
that's
Terry
a bad
Kinsler.
time. Bad time to get a cramp or injury right about now. You're giving Howard enough time to come up with something.
Mm-hmm. So ball is right across midfield at the 49-yard line on the FAMU 49. 1 minute and 13 seconds remaining.
Yeah, sometimes you have to say taper aspirin on it. I need you to get up, son, because Howard right now is trying to – this is when you probably try to put 2 or 3 plays together and come up with how can we get down close enough to call a timeout and go for a field goal.
Correct. Well, I was going to say, how far to what? I mean, obviously, we haven't seen Howard kick a field goal yet, so this may be a hard question. But where would you ideally want to get in terms of field position?
I'm going to say if you get to the 25,
25. Okay,
you get to the 25.
Okay,
I'm not going to say
40-yarder.
Yeah, you get to the 25. You know, I'm going to say if the ball gets up, it's going to go a little bit.
So getting to the 25 would make it about a 42-yard field goal attempt. I was gonna say the 30, but maybe that's a little much. So
yeah, you don't want to bite off too much.
You get it to the 30, that's about a 47-yard field goal.
Yes.
All right, so 1st and 10. Howard still has no timeouts. So Howard has no timeouts left. 1 minute and 13. Tyreek Starks in the shotgun. Eden James to his right. Trips to the left. Single receiver to his right. Low snap. Starks comes up with it. Here comes the pressure up the middle. Screen to James. Avoids the tackle. Up to the 40-yard line. Breaks through the secondary to the 35-yard line.
Now, one thing about it, this FAMU
38-yard line.
They should not try to go down on the ground tackling at the ankles. You need to wrap up around the shoulder pads.
Twice now, James has avoided tacklers. 53 seconds remaining. Ball on the 38-yard line. FAMU needs a stop. Snap to Starks. Looking. Finds a receiver on the sideline. That's Keontae Mosley. He gets out of bounds with 44 seconds left. Ball is spotted at the 34-yard line. Well, Ron, you mentioned they're getting closer to that range.
Right. You need to play from the outside back in. Keep them in the middle of the field.
Neither team has timeouts right now. So
right.
if FAMU can keep the ball in play, they're running clock. Howard obviously will probably be looking to try to get to the sideline. Starks dropping back, looking. He's keeping. He's running up the middle, wide open. He slides.
Oh, boy.
He slid at the 25-yard line. That's a first down for Howard. 38 seconds left. Ball is at the 27-yard line. And he's in the middle of the field too, Ron.
Yeah, They're giving up, and the receivers.
25 seconds. Clock is ticking now. 1st and 10. Howard are they going to be conservative here and maybe just try to put something in the middle and down it? Yep, it's a short run here in the middle, but there's 10 seconds. They've got to spike the ball. 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3, 2. So they spike the ball with 2 seconds left.
Gutsy.
Ball is at the 27-yard line. A gutsy run by Tyreek Starks. Great job of managing that situation because that could have gone south. And now it comes into the hands of the field goal kicker, Matt Kennard. Matt Kennard.
The defense was supposed to lay there.
This is a 43-yard attempt by Kennard. The snap, the hold, the kick is straight down the line, and it is good.
A walk-off homer.
Howard University has traveled down south and knocked off FAMU in the Orange Blossom Classic as Matt Kennard wins it for the Bison. Final score, Howard 10, FAMU 9. As Howard started this drive on the 15-yard line.
Yes.
And drove it down on some great plays, not only by Eden James, but Tyreek Starks, who probably should definitely earn consideration for MVP.
Oh, he's big man on
game.
campus. Then you look at some of the defensive plays FAMU defense pulled off. They had some good stops, but they kept being resilient. And the Bisons come back, kept moving the ball down the field, making some plays, and look what happens.
Tyreek Starks, a Florida Atlantic transfer, grew up right here, Carroll City, not far from this very stadium, and he returns home, and he leads the Bison to a win over the Florida A&M Rattlers.
Wow, they closed out a heck of a game. Oh, man, look where they're taking a souvenir home. They're pulling up a little grass.
Oh, you got to be careful. This is not
this
Florida A&M. This is not Florida A&M's field. Howard's taking some
It's
turf.
a big game. It's a big game in here tomorrow night.
It's a big game in here tomorrow.
Notre Dame in Miami.
You might not want to take the turf, but I get it. Wow. Yeah, this is not Florida A&M, and it's a tough loss. The reactions by young men in a game like this are heavy and emotional. A lot of frustration here. What a game. There weren't many who believed that Howard could come down and win this. There were some, especially Howard alums, and there was reasons why. And it turns out to be the hands of some of the Florida guys, the Florida boys as they call them. Guys like Eden James.
You got to play the game. And we talked all along, hey, when you come up, we can talk about the intangibles that people have to go through. But when it comes down to it, it is who's making the least amount of mistakes. And actually, these last 2 minutes were very entertaining.
Let's take a short break, and we'll come back with a live video post-game here from the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Final score, Howard 10, Florida A&M 9.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride, we fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched, the culture undeniable, the vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
Thank you guys for what you do for HBCU athletics. This is a fantastic avenue for all of us. This is our ESPN, so we love what you guys do. Brian, AD, Roy, all you guys at BCSN. We really appreciate what it is that you guys do for us.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th. For event and ticket information, visit bandoftheyear.com.
As technology continues to bring changes to the world of education, it's time we also reimagine teacher professional development. Gone are the days of one-size-fits-all learning that can only be accessed at a specific time and place. The Stride PD Center is an on-demand library of mobile-friendly courses that allow educators to learn anytime and anywhere. Our dynamic courses provide bite-sized learning and help educators advance their knowledge while also gaining professional development hours. The best professional development plans are those that include a level of flexibility and choice for educators. Whether you're a teacher, school, or district, visit us today to take charge of your learning.
Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in due fall. Get ready for the inaugural Unity Classic, Saturday, September 13th at Nathaniel Glover Community Field and Stadium. It's a clash of the Virginia Union Panthers of the CIAA and the Edward Waters Tigers of the SIAC. Plus, an HBCU band battle between the Edward Waters Triple Threat Marching Band and the Virginia Union Ambassadors of Sound. The inaugural Unity Classic goes down in due fall.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
History? Yeah, we built that. Pride? We fuel that. And on August 30th, we run that. 2 powerhouse HBCUs, Howard Bison, FAMU Rattlers, one legendary showdown under the Miami lights at Hard Rock Stadium. The energy unmatched, the culture undeniable, the vibes straight HBCU. 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Get your tickets and book your hotel now at orangeblossomclassic.com. Saturday, August 30th at 4 p.m. in Miami Gardens.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app. As we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
ESPN Events presents Red Lobster Band of the Year, a title reserved for elite HBCU marching bands. A season-long competition that culminates in Atlanta on Friday, December 12th. Drum majors, percussion, drill, auxiliaries, musicality. All aspects will be examined by the toughest judges in the world of college bands. 4 will qualify for the big stage, where national champions will be crowned. Follow us on social media for rankings updates throughout the season. And join us in Atlanta on December 12th for event and ticket information.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the ball game. We appreciate you tuning in and listening to our live coverage of the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic. Congratulations to the Howard Bison, a win, a walk-off field goal on the play by Matt Kennard of 43 yards. Howard wins 10-9, and what we saw was two impressive drives at the end of the game, Ron. I mean, you could try to break this down statistically. It came down to maybe who had the ball last, and it turned out that Howard had the ball last, and they went on a 10-play, 49-yard drive with 1:49 left after FAMU had gone on a scoring drive that was let me look at it here. 11 plays, 61 yards. And that's how it ended up.
I mean, the game has some spots where they had some blotches. We saw offensively they had a little momentum going. Then they were stagnant, very stagnant. And all of a sudden, it was all about clock management and who can put a drive together and actually string off more than 1 or 2 plays to keep these first downs going. And we were looking at who is resilient enough, and we saw conditioning coming into play. We saw both sides were getting a little tired, but that's why you still have to play the game. And we saw the better team win today that wanted to come out and impose their will against this FAMU team. And I thought they had plenty of opportunities to take advantage of this Howard team.
When I look at the final possessions and the final drives, and I think really when you look at the total drive charts from Howard was held to 3 and out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. They were held to 3 and outs. And pretty much in the second half, punt, interception, punt, and it wasn't until the end, the last drive, 10 plays, 49 yards, scoring a field goal. But flip it over on the other side. FAMU's inability to punch the ball in the end zone, probably the bigger story here. Final drive, 11 plays, 61 yards, field goal, right? 4 minutes and 13 seconds. The drive before that, 12 plays, 29 yards, a field goal. They took up 7 minutes and 37 seconds. And then the drive before that was 10 plays, 38 yards. It got blocked. Those 3 drives where they go 2 for 3 on field goals, difference in the ball game, and why Howard is able to walk away with championship T-shirts here at the Orange Blossom Classic.
They missed a lot of opportunities on some overthrown balls. Quarterback couldn't set his feet. And then when you look at these opportunities of actually missing out on scoring a touchdown, because we saw Starks almost run away with this game single-handedly the first half. He imposed his will because he put up almost, 100 yards himself just in the first half. But then all of a sudden, they were able to contain him. They put some big hits on him, slowed him down, but then you let him gain a little momentum at the end on these last couple of drives, and it was a puncher's chance, and look what happened.
I don't know if Tyreek Starks will be the MVP. He should, from right out of Carroll City, right here in Florida, transferred from Florida Atlantic, right up the road. He finished finished 17 of 28, 140 yards passing, 45 yards passing, a touchdown and interception. He ran the ball 12 times for 30 yards, but more importantly, his ability to find 9 different receivers
He moved it around.
He moved it around, and then at the end, little used Eden James, son of right here in South Florida, former running back, Hall of Famer Edrin James. He has a big day. So it was the Florida connection, the Florida boys that Howard was talking about. They end up having a big day here against the Florida A&M Rattlers.
You got to give EJ a little credit. Dad has a house in Orlando too.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you look at, they stayed balanced, and what we saw from FAMU was the inability of being consistent. And we saw so many miscues and opportunities that I'd say the quarterback was kind of one-dimensional, and he did moving around. A lot of the offensive sets were very predictable, and that was pretty much the outcome of the ball game. Them coming up short.
Well, for Howard University, they will travel to Temple, Philadelphia, PA, and take on an FBS opponent next Saturday, 2 o'clock kickoff. For Florida A&M, they will head back to Tallahassee, and they will come back down to South Florida, and they will take on FAU up the road from here. So these two schools both taking on FBS opponents next week.
A lot of Advil.
A lot of
tape.
A lot of tape to be watched.
Cold tub.
Both teams will be looking to say how they can improve. And we'll just have to see. I'll tell you what, the MEAC coming up with 2 big wins in the first couple of weekends. Last week, North Carolina Central getting a win over Southern. This week, Howard getting a win over Florida A&M. Look, the MEAC serving notice already in these SWAC MEAC matchups already.
Hey, it's all about, this first week, it can go either way. And hats off to both coaching staffs for putting the team out. And they'll work through the kinks, and we'll see better football in another couple of weeks. But this is what is expected sometime in that first game.
We want to thank everybody for watching and tuning in. Thank you to Ms. Kendra Bullock and the Orange Blossom Classic for giving the Black College Sports Network the opportunity to do this audio broadcast for the second consecutive year. We hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate Ja for just Ja Sports. Make sure you're following on Instagram. Our producer of the day did a great job of taking care of us today. Happy birthday to our producer, director, CEO of the Black College Sports Network and Jericho Broadcast Networks, Roy Evans, who we let him go celebrate his birthday today. So he is off celebrating his birthday today. So we appreciate him. Also, thanks to Kelvin Rozier for being there as our spotter and helping us with our stats and everything in the background. But more importantly, make sure you're following the Black College Sports Network, my BCSN1, on all your social media handles. Of course, all of our shows during the week. You can find the BCSN Sports Wrap on Sunday. You can find the ONG Strike Zone on Wednesday nights. You can find Dr. Gaville's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and the Carlos Brown Show on Saturday. The BCSN Pod Zone is where all of the shows of the Black College Sports Network can be found on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple, and Google Podcasts. So that's going to do it. For Ron Mitchell, it's a pleasure to be back in the booth with you, my man.
I mean to tell you, I got to get my steps up.
We appreciate you guys for tuning in. For Ron Mitchell, I'm Brian Fulford. Thank you for watching. Good night. God bless. Congratulations to Coach Larry Scott and the Howard Bison, the champions of the 2025 Invesco QQQ Orange Blossom Classic.